Twitch chat, hello and welcome back for another banger of a day of Legion TD2. This is the September Nova Cup. You're here for the finals day. In the first semi-final, we're going to have Ashton and Johnny C playing up against Kingdans and Widdowson. And joining me, we have the A team back together again. It is Offma and Skovtrold. Hello, guys. Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Hello, hello. What's up? Hello, Twitch stream.
All
How you guys
good.
doing?
Well, I can't answer for Twitch chat, but I am doing fine, Skovtrold, and I must say your hair is looking fabulous today, sir.
Thank you.
Just jealous, of course.
Yes. I mean, you have pretty good hair. You just need to
Pretty
grow it
good.
out.
Just graying quite a
I
bit
mean,
now, starting to show.
but
Yeah,
but gray is a good color for a man.
sign
As long
of
as it's there.
sign of wisdom, right? Wisdom,
Yeah,
maturity,
exactly.
all of
Exactly.
those good things, not just age, right? That's like a
Yeah.
byproduct, a side thing, but it's
No,
fine.
it's not age. It's experience.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one. Hey, but guys, are you ready for these games? And what do you think these players are going to have in store for us? Because this is a really high-profile match, right? Kingdans and
Yeah.
Widdowson, obviously, you probably have to still call them the GOATs, despite the fact that they've been a little bit AWOL recently, other than in Nova Cups. And Ashton and Johnny C, like Ashton, obviously, he's one of the old dogs. He's been around the block. Very, very good player. Always dominates the ladder whenever he deigns to return. And Johnny C has also been playing extremely well over the last, I don't know, year or so, I think it's fair to say. So, really interesting to see these guys play together. They haven't played a tournament together before, but yesterday they absolutely dominated. They won all of their games. They came out of Group B in the first position, which is no mean feat because they had some stiff competition. And I think they've got a really good chance of giving King and Widder a run for their money. So I'm excited about this one. How about you guys?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. It's a really interesting game because, as you say, the players are so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was Shadows yesterday who said that whenever Johnny C plays Fiesta, it's like whatever you do, he just leaks like fucking 17% or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
the guy's a
super
beast.
annoying facing up again. It's whatever you do.
Yeah. He just always builds the perfect amount. If you send a power merc, he's overbuilt and he leaks one creep. If you send income, he's just a little bit undervalued. He leaks one creep. If you send nothing, he's really undervalued. He leaks one creep. The guy's just absolutely living in my head rent free when it comes to Fiesta play on the ladder. And we did see him have some really good Fiesta games yesterday as well. So definitely excited to see if he can repeat that up against Kingdans and Widdowson, and whether that can secure their place in today's grand final. Obviously, King and Widder. I know they've been playing a little bit of ladder recently, especially Widdowson. They're starting to maybe eke back into Legion as their main game, although that's when King Dance isn't in deadlock because I know he's been spending a lot of time in there. And it's really cool to see those guys coming back into the game, not being perhaps as rusty as they have been over at the last 2 or 3 Nova Cups. And if they're on their A game, obviously they're a force to be reckoned with, right? So between these two teams, again, I really can't call it. I would love to see all 3 games played. I think if I had to bet, I would go Ashton and Johnny C, just because I want to see like a new team making it through to the finals.
Also, just going up experience, like current patch and stuff like that. You see, it's Ashton is number 3 in the ladder. Johnny C is number 6. So like they've been pushing it lately.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, of course, King Dance can always come back to the game, no problem, and he'll still have a pretty good general understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean the guy's a machine, right? Like he just.
Yeah,
I think King Gans plays the game like nobody else. It's fair to say. Do we
For sure.
have a lobby open? We do. Okay, let's go.
We're missing some players.
We're missing 1 player and 1 caster, but I'm sure that will rectify itself.
I asked King what he's like. Is he washed up, or are they gonna clap them? He said it's gonna be a quick 2-0, but he didn't really specify if that's because they're washed up or they're gonna clap them.
I mean, either way, it's a quick 2-0.
Yeah,
But
but
it's gonna be
knowing
interesting to see
King,
what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Any mastermind predictions, Offma?
I mean, probably. I mean, Ashton, I think he likes like Megamind or just Greed. I mean, Johnny, we know he's Professor Chaos. He's also Johnny CPS the God. And for Witter and King, I mean, King, Chaos, Megamind, Witterson, probably more standard stuff. You know, Greed, but maybe even a Fiesta from them because they were definitely one of the good Fiesta Cartel teams back when it was an auto pick
Yeah.
twice a series.
Yeah. But all of the good teams were good Cartel Fiesta teams, right? Like, that was such
Yeah.
a strong pairing at the end of last year. Those two masterminds were like almost unbeatable together.
Yeah, you kind of needed to have that.
Yeah.
That little trick in your bag, or else.
Well, guys, we are about to find out because the players are here, the lobby is ready, and we're about to
But
get
we
into
will
game
have to
number
wait for
one.
Johnny C.
Yeah, we have to wait for Johnny's calculator to load, but it looks like he's doing quite well.
Oh yeah.
So, Twitch chat, here it is, game number one of the September Nova Cup semi-final. We've got Balkan Lynx on the left,
Oh,
Abrasiert on the right. Let's go!
Castle Chaos. Maybe with these spells, they just think it's gonna be a slow game.
Yeah, it's a late game. It's pawn shop. I guess there is what's it called?
Pawn shot,
can't remember what it's
counterattack,
called.
and hero.
It's
Yeah.
counterattack, yeah.
Ooh, that YOLO
But
rolls.
that's not a super aggressive spell. So
Yeah, that's a bit of a dodgy YOLO roll there for Widdowson. I'd expect to see him play a unit and then just re-roll instantly.
Yeah, or unless wants his Nightmare 5 workers really bad.
I'm confused if he doesn't re-roll because having your
Yeah.
cheapest unit be 80 gold is really difficult to play around.
no,
Yeah.
it's banker skeleton on one. Then you keep the banker skeleton for 2, and then you sell the skeleton for a big wig on 3.
My
Oh, wow.
God. Big wig
I mean,
on
that's
3.
certainly one line. I don't think Widdowson's going to go for that, though.
I mean, he's probably just gonna reroll him too, but yeah, I don't really like missing the odds on, what's it called? Missing the odds for tier 1 on rerolling him 1.
Yeah. I think
And
he...
the chance of getting a better opener than Nightmare is also like a
Yeah.
thing.
I think he almost has to re-roll on one here because if he does save it for wave 2, it's so risky to... Like, to say that the skeleton could be his cheapest unit for the entire game.
Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully not.
Well, he doesn't re-roll, so I guess we're about to find out when he does. Oh, no, he does. Okay, he was just
Okay.
keeping us waiting. All right, meanwhile, we have a Gate Guard opener for Ashton, we have a Slime Mummy for Johnny C, and King Dance with the Chaos on the Wild Shroom opener. So yeah, we do have the double Chaos pickups, the Castle there for Ashton, and pretty interesting stuff. It looks like both teams had more or less the same idea there, going for late game masterminds. Widdowson perhaps didn't get the memo. Yeah, I guess he's still re-rolling.
Yeah.
He hasn't
I
changed his
hope
units
he
yet.
He
is.
doesn't need to build anything now, right? So he still has all the way to wave 3 to think about what his reroll is going to be.
Yeah.
Look at that, like they're far ahead. 55-45.
Yep, that YOLO versus Castle income. Probably not gonna see anything crazy in this early game. Like maybe wave 4 can be thought about because 3 of them have weak builds for 4, but
Yeah,
It's
wave
not really a
4 certainly
problem.
looks quite promising, right? When you have like
Oh.
Gate Guard, Slime Mummy, double impact units for King as well. But no, they
6
just go for
workers for
the
Johnny.
standard income play. Widdowson is
could
putting
be
on a bit of
risky.
pressure though.
yeah.
Has Widdowson rerolled? Because
Yeah, I mean he's not building anything, so maybe he's still thinking.
Oh, there's his
There we
reroll.
go.
Okay, so he got a 50 gold unit at least. That's slightly better to play
That
around.
is a victory of sorts.
Yeah. And the Sea Dragon is a really good pair with Nightmare, right? It covers you
Yeah.
on 3, it covers you on 5.
Then he has the Budman for 5 as well, which is
Mhm.
also good pairing. Like when it's
Yeah.
hardened, it's a really nice.
Really
Sea
good
Dragon
positioning
target.
as well. Perfect split tanking between those two units. Don't really
Honestly,
expect...
he wouldn't mind like pro leaking here, but I don't think he will. Like, because if he pro leaks here, he probably gets the Dino.
the
But
wave's
like
too
this, I
fast
mean, you
for
could try Brood. It's not a bad try versus the Mummy.
I mean, Slime Mummy can just get overwhelmed. Johnny C did,
Yeah.
of course, Chaos roll into Consort, which is pretty darn good on wave 4.
Yeah, and might be some. The Brute might just be some food. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Widdowson can add the Snail, of course, he does. But yeah, Johnny C, I mean, he's on value. He has Consort, he has the Harpy as well for just solid DPS here. And if Slime Mommy hits full mana, I think he's probably just holding, or leaking very small.
They did nerf Slime Mommy, right, in the last patch?
I think it's like slightly less damage, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Just like a small tune, but
Yeah. Okay, looks like she is going to hit full mana.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the Brute
think
is
it's a
not
small
getting
leak.
focused.
Yeah. Oh, killing the Harpy is big actually, because that's all of
Yeah.
his damage, right?
Yes.
But
Well,
Yeah, that was
It's
but that was bound to
pretty-
happen because there was no unit surviving after the Siren,
Yeah.
except for the Harvey.
I mean,
but
still
still-
doing really well here. He's leaking just
Is
the
it
Brute,
20,
one low HP
22%,
chicken. He's very happy with
27.
that.
Nice luck.
Nice luck. Alright, we have a Brute resend coming out here from Johnny C into King Dan's. How's he going to deal with this one? I mean, he's got good value. The Seraphim in a very low split should stay alive there to deal a ton of DPS. If he's feeling scared, he could even put a couple of Shuriken on the Infiltrator, but it looks like he doesn't feel the need.
Yeah. And having
Oh, there's
having,
a single one just to make sure that it takes aggro later.
Yeah.
having 5 units split versus a Brute, like it's like
Oh,
better.
this is just tanking one creep as well. Absolutely perfect.
I mean, it looks like a small leak.
Pretty, actually, slightly worse than the
Actually,
lead
it's so
of
small.
Johnny last wave,
Yeah.
right? So slightly favourable there for the side of Ashton and Johnny C, but we're talking very small margins here.
I don't think you're sad about it.
No.
You're either side, to be honest.
And let's have a quick look. Everybody is equal there with 9 workers apiece. Jules is favouring Balkan Lynx again,
And
but
the
it's very
Brute
close.
try.
53% in their favour.
Yeah, and Ashton's gonna try Brute into Witherson. Obviously, has to keep his Sea Dragon alive. 2 slimes should be fine.
Yeah. He's getting a full send here, but it's only 1 Brute and 1 Snail, so I think he can do quite well. And yeah, the double slime in the split just wastes so much time from the wave.
Yeah. Something to know is Ashton is already caught up with Castle Bridge.
Oh,
pretty
and
Yeah, he's not just caught up, he's in first position on the power score while playing Castle.
I do think the power score is influenced by the Mastermind pick though, so
Yeah, I think so as well.
actually looks like this
oh, but this is the leak.
Yeah,
Well,
Sea
it's
Dragon
like-
didn't tank enough, but
49% there for Witherson. Kingland
ideal.
will be able to hold and deal some cover in the mid, and both Johnny and Ashton are holding as well. So again, slight advantage in favour of the Balkan Lynx.
yeah.
And this will be
And-
first blood on the king as well.
Is Witherson gonna go for that Mimic? Because Pro Leaking here isn't even that bad if that's what his plan was. Mimic can be risky even against the Consort Buzz. There's always a chance it just dies.
There's nothing to kill it.
Okay, there is the Mimic. Well, now he has something to kill it, right?
That is a pretty good off deck.
That is a mimic killer. If it takes damage.
Johnny concerned about Ashton covering.
Yeah, I would be concerned about Ashton covering as well.
Minus 160 with
Yeah.
the unit. Yeah. And
I'm
King
getting
is
a
gonna go
200
for
cent here.
King
Can you cover? Ashton, sure.
up. The 2 regens might be just too much.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, he's kind of turbo bailed out here by the income king, because imagine if this was a double brute
And the
into
Mimic
Ashton.
getting
Oh,
focused.
there's the mimic
Yeah.
by.
It hit
Oh,
the
there it
buzz,
goes. It
and-
dies very, very quickly indeed.
But the Gatling is going down as well, so now there's
Yeah.
just the Harpy for damage.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of tank value in those lavas.
yeah. The
Yeah,
slimes,
looks
when
like
it
it's
reaches
enough.
full mana, they just take so long to die, because that mimic was all of his DPS on this wave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Buzz is
Oh,
just
this.
one of the more
Wow.
tilting units to play against.
How much damage did that Harpy do?
I think a pretty reasonable amount considering it was alive the whole fight.
Yeah. For a 35 gold unit, that's definitely.
Oh, he's
High
certainly
value.
getting his money's worth there, yeah, for sure. And look at this, Jules now giving Balkan Lynx 69% win probability. Very nice for them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the Harpy
Witherson,
dealt more than half the damage of the Siren.
Oh wow.
Witterson's spot is very, very rough, considering. I mean,
Yeah.
twice sending power mercs, once leaking while holding his Mythium and not really getting anything out of it. Kinda has to be King to carry this game.
Yeah. And now King going for a brute resend into Ashton, who is playing this wave on value and should do pretty well. The brute's dying almost instantly.
Yeah, he went for the crab.
Oh, and there's a harden, double harden on Witter.
Uh-oh, that could spell danger for him on the next wave because Ashton, I mean, he can double brute if he wants to go that route.
Yeah,
He just got a dino. Oh, it's not a double harden, it's just a single harden.
I think Ashton probably will just go for Cannoneer though.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Easy hold against the brute resend there for Mr. Butcher.
That's a little optimistic.
And Ashton actually sends the Ashton.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's legit highest income.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. The castle player with the highest income in the game, 15 workers on wave 9. Widdowson, meanwhile, he's the YOLO player, highest income in this lobby. He's right down at the bottom of the power score and has the lowest income as well.
Yeah, I mean, that brute is rough on 4 when it doesn't do anything. Then
Yeah.
leaking on 6, pretty much on value. Into not
Yeah.
getting anything, 7.
Ashton and Johnny has just been holding, where Witter and King has been leaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And
It has been small increments the entire game, but if it's small increments the entire game, it's
it adds up, right?
gonna add up.
Yeah. Adds up to put Widdowson in this position that he's in now, and he's also hardened his golem here while receiving income king, and that just makes him even more vulnerable on wave 10 because it's 400 gold. Really bad value on 10 already, make it de-hardened, and it's kind of a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, he
Ashton-
basically no push to get double, and I think Ashton's just gonna king him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all on King. The problem is he has to do everything, because he has to leak Ashton, he has to hold everything later. It's a rough spot.
It's a rough spot, and Ashton's about to get 47 bonus income next wave as well, just to kind of seal the coffin.
And he has a pretty nasty late game roll
Yeah.
with the summoners. Like, if with high income, that kind of build is just really hard to break.
Yeah, with the Disciple as well for the aura, it's really, really powerful.
Yeah.
Now, King did go for a full send here, slipped a cheeky little Brute into the mix. Brute is killing the Gate Guard before the summon, yes, okay.
The Harb is getting
The
another
Harbinger,
one.
they got a summon off,
Yeah.
and now all the atoms have ranked up mana.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty comfortable.
Nothing's just working for King
Yep.
or Witter.
It is the Ashton show this game. But also the Johnny C show. with
I mean,
those
Ashton's going to be
And
just...
now the Brood is just alive.
Yeah.
And
Oh dear, Ashton is going to be very ahead now. He's on 257 income, 21 workers as well. Oh dear, and he has the hero to go on his Starcaller Harbinger Crab Warlock circle.
Yeah, that is just really nice.
gonna be some nasty summoning going on there.
Johnny C picking up the pawn shop to go with his chaos. That's probably to be expected. Widdowson hero for his kind of zero synergy build. At least it's something. King Downs, he's picking hero as well. I can see that actually. Ocean Templar hero gate, pretty solid.
Yeah. I think it's better than Pawn Shop for sure. Like, he's got to get more value onto his board.
Yeah.
It's probably the best way to. I mean, he already has like very good hero targets and an aura, so there's potential.
He just needs to reroll gates again, right?
Yeah. Problem is King. I mean, he went for Income King here while Johnny and Ashton are both saving. So there
And
is a lot of pressure. It's advantage for Ashton
Yeah.
and Johnny.
No damage out of Johnny's Gatling right now, Vulcans.
It's very good if you want a long wave 11, which
Yep.
is. I mean, they're going 12, so
This is about
And in
as
general,
long-
they just want long waves because they got so many more workers.
I would assume Ashton isn't going full here, but
No,
yeah.
he's just sending the Ashton squad again. Here they are.
and King is looking
Yeah.
cooked on 12. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if he took if he took Pawn Shop, he could have sold his whole board for some Pyros.
He's going for the
But,
Hellgate, which is really good with the hero aura.
Yeah, I mean, it might be just be his best thing. Like, it's either Hellgate, low stack Kingpin. Yeah, that's kind of his only options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hellgate isn't really the best unit for 12.
Yeah,
It's
it
good
can
against the
definitely
Send,
get
though.
overrun.
Okay, the Imps make it a little bit better, but the Hellgate is good against Pac-Mol for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they save with the idea that obviously Witterson will hold here, but makes it worse for them because King is the person who they're trying to get to carry this game. But I don't think this
Yeah.
Hellgate is getting that many summons is the problem. Let's say one summon, I guess.
Yeah, 109% leak there for King. Witterson does hold, but there's no life steal on his Doppel, so I don't know if it'll be able to full cover.
And the problem is, like, you want to probably have to go 15 versus their builds, and then at that point, if it's a 15 race, you're probably still losing.
Yeah. And meanwhile, by the way, Ashton has more than double the income compared to Witterson.
Yeah, he's gonna be way far ahead in any sort of longer save situation. I mean, he's even going income here one more time because he thinks Witterson is just never gonna hold anything.
I mean, he's kind of right as well,
Yeah,
to be fair. So,
definitely a rough spot.
yeah, it's really rough. I mean, his income is just absolutely insane at this point. 430 income on Ashton versus 180 on Witterson. It's like, it's not even fair, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you
I
have
mean,
to long
so
save
far,
to try and break someone ahead, but when you do that and they're 200 income ahead of you, it's also bad.
we're moving toward King's prediction,
Yeah, that's true.
but maybe not the prediction he would have liked.
The quick 2-0.
The quick 2-0. 77-23% from duels.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them trying 14 because I think their values are just way too good. But
Yeah.
15 also doesn't look like they can win there in a race.
Ashton being ahead like that at wave 10 as castle is
Whoa.
just
Split sent.
Okay. Witterson going for a full send here into Johnny.
Crazy, guys.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Johnny's going to be pretty much on value as well.
Yeah, I mean, not the best units, obviously, but like this and this are turbo dead on 14.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, the gun is good to kill anything. Like he can't leak that bad. Unless, of course, he just like builds horribly. But I mean, Centaur into an Arctear, like that's not a bad situation.
Yeah.
Witter pushed to 36 workers for this Sun, so I mean he's trying to come back in this game a little bit.
Yeah, trying to recover
Like, he's
through
the
income
double.
alone.
Double power spike through 14. The problem is he's not getting a Send here. Like they didn't force anything. I mean, it looks like a reasonable leak, but still not like good
the
enough. I feel like.
Gatling dies before the Halo, which is good for Witter.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
25
Oh,
volt
there's a-
shot down there on Johnny C, but of course, I mean, King Dance has an army left in the mid to cover, so zero
Wait,
King damage.
Witterson is suing for a resend. That's their
Okay.
play. Or, I don't know. I would assume he's suing for the reset and not just for fun. But Johnny and Ashton sending probably means that it's GG.
Yeah. If they save here, maybe it can make a
Yeah.
difference, but yeah,
I think
like
that
this,
was
there's
their
no way.
idea. Like Johnny pushes and then doesn't cover unexpected full resend.
The other thing
But,
is that Balkan Links are on 100% King HP with 4 King upgrades.
Yeah.
So,
that is a tough part about
yeah.
killing someone. And Ashton is just turbo on value with hero aura on like so much value. I actually think he could just hold. I mean, obviously 15 is really strong right now, but
Yeah, but there's just with that amount of gold that Ashton has been accumulating throughout this game.
yeah, it's almost up to 4k value on 15.
Yeah, there's no way I don't think he can league ever in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking that close.
he's making it look that way. Like, this is not even remotely close. Witterson
No,
is on
like-
120%.
I mean, Johnny's leaking to the reset harder.
Yeah. King Downs, though, he's leaking as well.
Yeah, it's over.
Ashton legit has.
I mean, I think
he's ready
Ashton-
for the second wave.
Ashton comfortably holds like 1,000
Oh,
Mythium
of
here.
course, yeah, yeah. Now, King Downs throws out the forfeit. Widdowson still thinks there's a chance, or more likely
I
wants to
think
see if
maybe-
the king survives.
Yeah.
Well,
I
they
mean,
do
they're
go
gonna
for
try
a cheeky
this.
resend.
Yeah. I mean, if at first you don't succeed. Oh wait, Ashton and Johnny
again.
also see that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still a 1% chance that the king and widow wins, right?
yeah. Jules sees the lines.
I mean, like if Johnny and Ashton both disconnect from the game, don't build, and then somehow send these mercs back to their. Yeah, it's not looking
Yeah,
good.
Hmm.
Because yeah, I mean, the smart thing to do is to just build. I mean, you don't need to play any mind games to win this game. Just need to
No.
not mess up.
Ashton is just full
68 workers.
sending because he doesn't like he pushed to 68 workers and
Yeah,
he's still 40 value
Yeah,
over.
yeah. I mean, they
Like,
just need to.
and his build has so much more value than is shown.
Anything that reaches the king is good enough to win this game now.
9% HP remaining. Yeah, and King Downs, he's not holding, I think. Widdowson Helix 114%. King is not far behind. Johnny C does
I
look
think
for the
he's
shutdown.
holding.
Ah,
King
he
is holding.
is holding. Okay, the gate, so
Or-
you can't ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still OT Hero Gate.
Yeah, I don't know if it's ready for
But-
round 2 though.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have
Yeah.
the same level of Ashton preparedness for round 2.
Yeah,
The problem is King summons runs out at some point.
Yeah.
Whereas Ashton is just they just keep popping up.
and there we go. So game 1, guys, does go in favour of the Vulcan Lynx, Ashton and Johnny C, with that Castle Chaos gameplay. I mean, if we take a quick look at this graph, they were basically always in the lead from very early on in the game. And they just
Yeah.
kind of dominated, honestly. But guys, I mean, they made King and Widdowson look pretty rough
relevant.
that game, right? Like, it was really one-sided in favour of Ashton and Johnny C, I think.
I think the problem was, like, Wooderson ended up with a YOLO role that's playable, but just not, he couldn't create any advantages, right? Like, with YOLO, like, either you got to do something with your income advantage,
Yeah.
and he kind of just turned it into nothing, because he tried to brute on 4, didn't work. He wasn't able to, pull ahead with the income either, so then, I mean, it's just like, unfortunately, he doesn't have a good role, he's behind in the game, and then, of course, you can't win in Legion when you don't have a player in the mid game, right?
Yeah. And to be fair, he did have a bit of a rough YOLO roll as well, so
Yeah,
you've
for
got
sure.
to account for that as well as part of his game not going particularly to plan. But yeah, you're exactly right. He went for a few back-to-back Power Mercs ends. Johnny C was ready for them every time. Didn't really get any work done with it, and then he just had lower income for the rest of the game for fun, I guess. And meanwhile, every time Johnny and Ashton decided to send full, there were at least minor leaks on the side of King and Widdowson. So it was a bit of a death by 1,000 cuts for the first 10 waves, and then they could just afford to steer the game whichever direction they planned for the mid game.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff being revealed in the the lobby chat. But yeah, I mean, it seems like they came to the same conclusion that we had, which was the game was very, very over.
Yeah. So a little bit of behind the scenes action for you here, guys. King Downs called go next on 13, as in let's go next game. And then Widdowson thought he meant let's send next, so he sent on 14. Which is why they did that split send into suicide on 15 action. But pretty interesting cross communication there. So, guys, King Downs and Widdowson, they need to win this one to have a chance of staying in today's games. What do they need to do differently, do you think, Ofma?
Well, I think it's got to come down to that early game, right? Like, something's good has got to happen in the early game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they went for some stuff, but, nothing really jumped out, and then Ashton kind of just outplayed them. So, I mean, better early games, more like either, like, if you feel like you're worse players individually, then you probably have to go for more, like, team coordination. And maybe with Fiesta Cartel, we'll see that.
Okay.
And it is Fiesta Cartel from Widow and King and Fiesta Redraw from Ashton.
Yeah,
They
that's-
swapped the standing order.
Bazookas for Fiesta. Ashton discreeting with the gate guard on.
Yeah.
on one. But I mean, what are the odds of a snail going out on one here?
He's thinking about adding a polywog here as well.
That would be the proper thing to do, I think.
Yeah. Rather than risk like taking a massive disadvantage on wave 1 if they just happen to
Yeah.
get snailed.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, and Widow with the
He just
with
has
the
a nasty
Windhawk.
roll. Like late game scaling wise, he's definitely got that box checked off now.
Yeah. I'd be interested to
It's-
see some snails coming out from King and Widdowson, actually, thinking Johnny C's quite likely to play Fiesta this time around after it was his Chaos last game. So do
Yeah,
you
I
think
mean-
Johnny C, those are the
Yes,
most
he has
likely?
2 Brawlies here.
Yeah.
They slotted Witterson into sending into Ashton, but unfortunately also means that Johnny with the Fiesta is sending into Witterson.
Yeah.
That can also be rough, but I mean, I assume they want the Fiesta to try and shut down Ashton.
Widdowson should get his pretty clean Fiesta here with the Windhawk, and if we just have a quick look over at Johnny C,
Oh, is Johnny holding because of the added poly?
yeah,
He was expecting a snail.
he split it too well. Meanwhile, King Downs, he did not add a tier 1 to his gate guard, so he's unafraid.
No fear.
But no snails.
No snails. He is rewarded.
Yeah, luckily Ashton, by building that poly, he couldn't click the 5th worker, so that means he can actually stay 4 workers when he's getting saved on, which is pretty important.
Yeah, because he's actually getting a
now-
robo here, so he's going to be very happy with that
Uh-oh.
devilfish. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think if Witterson really wanted to leak him here, he had to go for like after income stuff. But
Like a
I mean,
fiend.
maybe the
I
robo
just
will
realized
be a
that
small.
there was a poly, and he probably was
Yeah,
just
like,
4 workers. I just
super
got the
risky.
income.
Yeah.
let's see though. I mean, still 60 cent.
Johnny getting a snail, adding a slime larva.
Yeah,
Is he holding here? Depends on whether.
No,
Oh,
he's leaking a decent amount, I think. Oh, wait, this
never mind. It's Fiesta.
Widdowson
going
leaks
on, you know.
58% to his snail. King Downs holds, of course.
yeah, and Johnny's just leaking 17%. Or is it? Yeah, 17.
Beautiful there for Johnny C. I'm surprised how badly Ashton leaked, but it was a 60 cent, of course.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is that because the poly was in the split, there's no like they're not focusing the same stuff, so you're splitting your damage. But
Yeah.
obviously, I
Yeah.
get the split tanking, but still not ideal.
Okay, now we have a
mean-
robo resend here from Johnny C into Widdowson, who will be adding that Nekomata here.
Yeah, his gold is very awkward,
Yeah.
to say the least.
160 is rough.
King with the pilgrim. And a pretty decent split looking here.
Yeah, he'll be
So I
completely
think.
fine.
Yeah, I think King is gonna cover pretty
Oh,
well.
yeah. He's holding and covering anything, I think. But the question is, will Widdowson get a good Fiesta here, or will he be leaking way
Ooh.
too much?
His cat ran away because he went for the 4th gold,
Yeah.
which is not ideal because the Windhawk is actually probably most of his damage this wave.
Yeah.
I
he
mean,
just
it's
died
his
really
most
quickly.
expensive unit, and he has no good damage typing, so.
Yeah, like 2 Peewees being alive after your Windhawk and cat are dead.
That's less than ideal.
Oh go. Fiesta got Johnny C. He can't
Oh.
keep getting away
Oh
with
my
it.
lord!
Oh, Johnny!
The 11
Okay.
What a
Okay,
beast!
well, he might as well forfeit now, right? Because he didn't kill the last hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
How does he do it?
I mean, he's just Fiesta God. Johnny C, what do you mean?
poor guy Ashton is getting that. Widdowson just saving on him no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 4 workers leaked, staying 5 workers now. I mean, I would assume he holds this because he has very good units now, and it's
He's got
just income.
really
but
good units for wave 4, and he's only receiving an income send here. Meanwhile, King Dance is
Yeah.
going for the full send Robo Snail
But,
into Johnny C, but Johnny C
he's ready for it.
playing on value, yeah, with the Devilfish.
Fiesta got Johnny C. Always knows what's coming.
I think he just holds this, right? The Devilfish is so good on wave 4.
Yeah, I mean, this bazooka is
The
tanking.
bazooka went on there, so like the amount of units still alive and the robot DPSing in the back, probably. Oh, the
Yeah,
he's
I
just-
mean,
I guess the
Either
Seraphim is
way,
just
it's
too
good
much
enough.
damage.
And Ashton, meanwhile, he's easy holding the 80 send as well. Oh dear.
But King also pushing very well this game. I mean,
Oh, but Witter showing how to play Fiesta as well.
oh,
Okay.
Fiesta got Witterson.
Not one to be upstaged. Widdowson is coming back here
Yeah.
with some juicy fiestas of his own.
Yeah, and he's gonna go income here. I would assume he's thinking about wave 8, how to get there somehow onto Ashton. But Ashton actually, as we can see, has a pretty decent answer ready.
Yeah.
Ooh, Johnny adding a pirate here.
Yeah, this is the on value with bad units strategy.
Yeah.
Pioneered by Julian, of course.
Yeah, as long as you have the Seraphim, right, you kill the boss, so
Yeah.
not really too risky. King did that. I mean, I think that's a full send with income.
It is, yeah. He will be leaking a fair bit here. The Seraphim is now taking damage, of course.
Yeah, I mean, probably a little more than he wanted, probably. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, 49% is not terrible. Very close to getting one more there as well. Meanwhile, Ashton Butcher, he is holding his own lane against the Fiend, just barely.
yeah, there was one wave
Yeah.
to catch him here, like Brute Snail here, and he might actually leak pretty big. But you can't have perfect reads on people always.
No, I mean, it's
Unless
Fiesta
you're
not Johnny
Johnny.
C, right? So if he did send Brute Snail, he would have just had a little bit more value.
Yeah.
And here
we're
we
gonna
have
see
the Ashtons coming out
Ashtons.
from Team Ashton.
King getting the harp out. I mean, this is one of the nice parts about Cartel, right? Like you just always have enough gold for your plan.
Yeah.
Witterson, on the other hand, his plan seems to be heavily revolving around his full stack cat. Hopefully the cat doesn't just run away this time, because that's a lot of his damage.
Oh, he has an up split, so up split on the left. It should stay right.
Widdowson actually has an insane late game role here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Like, holy moly. He's got the Disciple, he's got the Boar, he's got the Crab, he's got the Phoenix, the Violet as well for
Yeah.
a little bit of added
He's-
measure.
He saw Ashen's roll last game. He's like, "Can I have that?"
Yeah, Jill said yes, you can. So there's a 140 send here into King, who is minus 80, but the Harbinger is just so good on this wave. He's pretty much unleakable. Widdowson, though, he's actually leaking, given that he's on value.
Yeah, he
He's
went
leaking
for
quite
a
a lot.
crazy crab.
Pretty weak units, right?
Yeah.
I don't think crab can ever be.
I don't think the Warlock is that good either.
I mean, his gold was offered, so he's like, I don't really want to build Windhawk and then, have like 60 gold and random stuff, so... But, yeah, it's just not that good of a unit when the rest of your gold is in the... But maybe he wanted that leak, because he did get to Mimic because of it.
Yeah, Mimic into Ashton.
And
Butcher here
ESPS
on send.
and early game leagues have
Wow,
been
that is really nice. I mean, obviously we have these guys again.
Yeah,
Oh.
but this time there's no real like DPS to be able to kill the thing, right?
Yeah, it'll definitely live way longer if it were to get focused here. I mean, we'll see. King obviously taking really good advantage of the fact that Witterson is just hard saving into Ashton 24/7.
Oh wow, yeah, King Dan's with 15 workers here on wave 7. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. King was mad what happened last game, so he decided to.
Yeah. Put on the
I mean,
carry
we are
pants.
focusing the Mimic. The problem is, yeah, like you said, there's no gun this time.
There's no DPS to kill the thing, and look at how much gold this thing is farming. Holy
That's
moly. 18, 21, one more, 24, let's go. And even a few more snacks in the middle for him as well.
Yeah, the tricky part for Ashton was that he couldn't... I mean, he can't know which wave it's coming, so... When it goes for Harp there, he probably does better, but, he can't be perfect.
Yeah.
And oh my god, he even snagged Johnny's Mimics.
Yeah, 42 gold in the end for the Mimic.
Yeah, I mean, a free worker is pretty good, I heard.
Doubling up on the incoming game.
And King going for the pack leader on 8 into Johnny. I mean, this is like a classic.
We saw this guy do a lot of work on Wave 8 yesterday, so let's see if Johnny C is able to answer this one way or the other.
going
He's
for
adding a
Zeus.
Zeus, which is pretty bad on Wave 8 in general, but
It
actually
is
pretty good against pack leaders.
pack, yeah. So maybe he has the read that he's getting Fortified, Send, probably Pack Ogre.
Yeah.
Not a bad read, but I think he'll still be in a lot of trouble. Minus 200 versus Pack is always tricky.
Yeah,
And his gun
200
doesn't really
Mythium
split
Send here. Pack Leader is now tanking both the gun and the Zeus. Slime Mommy dies
Yeah,
without
he's
reaching
gonna kill
full
the
mana,
Pack,
that's a
but-
disaster. Pack is dead now, but so is all of Johnny C's units, so...
Yeah, I think. I mean, I didn't see what units he had. Oh no, wait, he's Fiesta not Chaos. So
Yeah.
I mean, he had nothing really. He can't build anything to give more tank value for his Slime Mommy, which is probably what you want, but there's nothing for him to build.
I think the Zeus that he did build there was probably the best thing he could have done, because it at least enabled him to kill the Pack Leader, right?
Yeah, like going
Yeah,
second
getting
gun there
the pick down is really important.
might be tragic if you don't have enough damage.
Still a 67% leak though, and even a little bit of king damage here as well on wave 8. Balkan Links not looking nearly as steady as they were in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, obviously one thing to consider is King is Cartel, and he's the guy who's ahead, and Johnny's actually like pretty close to income.
Yeah.
Obviously, King has more value and other things.
King's on
Making
fire
him-
now, by the way, wave 9.
Yeah. And he's going for a Mimic to farm some... Wait, did he just... he just went Pack
That's post
into
income
Mimic. Oh, he went
Wow.
after.
Oh, he has 20 workers, by the way, on wave 9.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, Mimic is pretty cheeky. He has no fortified units. Well, he's
What do you mean he has a gate guard? Oh, wait a minute.
No,
That's
no,
wrong way.
no, into
Yeah.
Johnny's thing. But he sold to get the boar, which is actually extremely intelligent considering what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, he was very, very weak on wave 9, right? So I guess
Yeah.
the resend is kind of obvious. The fact that it's a Mimic just rewards the boar play even more,
Well,
but
the Mimic actually even snacked the boar.
yeah.
It is
And
gonna
he's got
snack
some
some
more
more.
snacks to come.
These are 4 gold a snack, yeah.
Oh, those are some very
Yeah, I
expensive
actually
snacks
think-
indeed. He's getting
Oh,
every
just-
one of them as well. Holy,
Yeah.
that's another
Not the
32.
Zeus though, but all of the slimes.
The
Yeah.
famous Inca Mimic. And there's even some more food here. Oh my god.
Oh wow, this is just a next level sniper Mimic. And he's
They're
even
off like
getting both
100
of these
gold
as
from
well.
Sunny Mimics.
He's gonna
Holy,
kill them both.
Alright, we do have the
56
GK and the
gold
Ram.
Mimic.
Let's see if these long waves are actually going to be a problem. Can Witter and King hold these gigantic 10 cents?
I mean, the sends are absolutely enormous here.
Have
Widdowson could go for a Starcaller here, or just 2 Disciples, or even just like Windhawk spam, right?
I think probably 2 Disciples and a Windhawk is what he has built for. Or no, not quite.
He does.
Oh, just go
Starcaller.
Starcaller.
Starcaller, Windhawk. I mean, he could boost the PV as well.
Widdowson, meanwhile, boosting his veteran, King Dan, sorry.
Yeah. He does that? I mean, that
Which
is
is
very
the-
important.
Yeah.
To kill the GK fast. Because all he has is impact damage.
He kills the Ghost Knight actually really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, he's on very insane value. I would imagine
Yeah.
if this Harp will get a second summon, that is very important for him.
And in Widdowson's
I think
lane,
it's
he
a
does
full
kill the
second summon.
Sens, but he does almost 0 damage against the boss. King Dan's, though. Wow.
Almost.
Oh, the veteran tanking first! That means
Yeah.
it's not quite enough. That's a shutdown, 25 gold. It's a decent chunk of damage here as well, because Widdowson's boss is so
Yeah.
healthy. They have got full 10 out of 10 attack, though.
Yeah.
That gotta be the end of the world for
Oh
them.
my god.
Yeah,
that
with
King
that
just
Giant Slayer, look how
Okay.
quickly this
Yeah,
boss
that-
died. Wow!
That King attack is actually looking kind of nasty on that.
Yeah. And King
That was
Dan's is
crazy.
just giga ahead now. 50 gold shutdown. I mean, he did get the cartel penalty, so
Yeah.
actually he's no longer the highest income in the game, but he's still up there.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny's pretty much matching him. Obviously, Johnny is like, like 150-ish gold behind in value,
Yeah.
but
What are you
definitely
talking
not
about?
as
Oh,
far
there you
ahead.
go.
And what Legion spells are we going to see? Giant
But
Snail?
King's build is looking role is looking really strong for the late game.
Wow, Giant Snails into this build seems kind of surprising. Like, even before, like, even without the LOD knowledge, like, there's a lot of units that are pretty good against Giant Snail.
Yeah.
And King is the only one taking a spell that, snowballs his build. So, if nothing happens with these Giant Snails, then he's definitely going to be even more ahead.
Yeah. Widdowson picked up the Giant Snails as well. Funny thing is, 3 out of the 4 players have Boar this game, and if your
Yeah.
opponent has Boar and you pick Giant Snails, you're big time sad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are going to go for this 12 center. I mean, it makes a lot of sense in the King's build.
But yeah, okay, so King is the only one who had seen the boars.
Yeah, that's true.
But now the
Yeah. I mean, going Giant Snails into a Red Eye has got to be a mistake. Like, even
Well,
if you pick them, like...
but did you know what was the?
I mean, he saw the boar last wave,
He
so,
saw the
like...
boar last. Yeah.
I mean, he could gamble that Witterson isn't going to build for this wave, but... I mean, even the Hades now... I mean, 4 Eyes into King's builds is... I mean, it's not bad, right? Because you have the Chieftain buff, but it's, like, very slow versus a Hades. And not too good versus other units. And I think the
There's
Hades might just get...
Second snack.
The Giant Snails actually did survive the charge though, so they are going to still give some
Yeah.
decent value here. Meanwhile,
Fair play
King
then.
Guns with his 420.
He just got the second summon off
Yeah.
so quickly.
King
Yeah, I
is
mean, the
is
Giant
cleaning this up
Snails.
very easily.
sold it
Like,
both
he's going to
ways.
have a decent chunk of value alive. Widdowson does
King
leak.
That's the third Drake.
Yeah. He's very, very easily holding on King Downs.
Yeah.
Widdowson, that's an
And he's
82% leak.
covering as well.
Yeah, he'll full cover. They won't take any King damage here.
Huh? Kingdoms and Witterson getting the good feeling of having the summoner covering the middle this game.
Yeah. There's the fourth Drake.
Yeah, and they go for some Giant Snails. I don't know if this is like... I don't think this is a real attempt at trying to leak someone, but
No,
it's
they just want
like...
income. They'll probably
Yeah.
throw on some King upgrades here as well, but there is no Wave 13 send coming out from King and Widdowson, so presumably they just go like straight 15 now with this income send.
I mean,
Yeah.
King pushed very hard. I would have thought that, like, if Ashen and Johnny actually skip here, to pressure 14 a little bit.
Yeah.
It's, like, not that easy if they overpush, but this income King, they should be fine.
Yeah. They're very undervalued already, actually. Although Ashton is
No,
hiding some
King
gold.
ups. Oh, there are the King ups, but only from Johnny. Aston is still sitting on his post.
What if he's
Income
thinking
with
about, like, going for, like, actually leaking King on 14 to get some more gold in a shutdown?
Yeah. perhaps.
Because
King
could
is
overpush
taking
here.
damage on 14 apart from the Harbinger, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's just got a lot of value in, like, the Pilgrim, the Hades. Like, I don't think it's a bad try to get it shut down. Oh,
They are sending on 14, actually, for
never mind.
King
Then
Downs
he's
and
fine.
Widdowson. Yeah, so he's very fine on King.
And it's actually going to be
Oh.
a pro league from Witterson here.
Yeah.
which I
And
think
Widdowson is not
pretty
on
good.
fire,
Not
so
on
this is a
shutdown.
really good
And
pro league.
he's the Fiesta, so
Yeah,
it's not
Yeah.
that punishing.
beast.
Easy
But
Fiesta value.
Not compared to the extra time to gather Mythium.
Yeah,
that they're getting.
Widdowson also going for the Giant Snails. Ashen rerolled away his boar, so he doesn't actually have that answer anymore.
Oh, he didn't.
Ashen has a crazy build going on.
Yeah.
White made on 3 cats.
I mean, this is just the desperation build, right? When you
Yeah,
know that
right.
you're getting a big send on 14 or 15, you just stack as much arcane armor as you possibly can and pray. But I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be enough.
King going for double Centaur Ram. I mean, double Centaur is looking extremely nasty into this.
His kings only have 14 stacks in total.
Yeah.
And
Where's
there are
those
3 of them.
mimics, though, from King Downs and Widdowson? Don't they want, like, infinite gold?
I mean, not the worst idea. I think if someone has like a big
mean,
single target,
Mimic into a red eyes and get Vulcan cannons is probably not the
Yeah.
best idea.
probably not too good. And the
Oh,
Centaurs are
none
just too
none
good
of the
against all
slime mummies
these.
are getting their
Yeah.
full mana here. This is just an absolute massacre in Johnny C's lane. He's leaking
Yeah.
everything there, 146%. Pan over to Ashton. How is he doing? Not much
He is
better.
not doing.
144% there.
I think
Wow.
they're just dead.
Yeah.
3
I
Centaurs.
mean, the Centaurs
Totally.
are some of the worst units to reach the king, right?
Yeah,
They are.
but the amount of wave creeps I think is just insanely high.
Yeah, definitely.
Or
One more
am I just
spell.
capping?
Oh, they're not. They're dead.
Oh, they are dead.
That
Okay.
was close.
Well,
I mean,
that's
I mean,
happy
good
to see
bounce
it
back.
tying the
Creeps
series
for
there.
Centaur.
Yeah, definitely a good bounce back game, especially from Witterson. I mean, he just went fully committed to like Ashen's not gonna play this game.
Yeah. I mean, they certainly came back kicking in that one, right? Because this was almost as one-sided in favour of King and Widow. That game one was in favour of the Balkan Lynx, right? So I think
Yeah, for sure.
the two teams are really back and forth here. Okay, both games have been kind of stompy, but obviously in either direction. So now we get to see game 3. And again, I really can't call which way this one might go. I'd like to see a slightly closer game, though, one way or
Yeah.
the other.
But let's not forget that game 1, Witter had a really bad YOLO roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
true,
had some
actually. So that
struggles
did
there.
definitely damage his game plan there a little bit. I keep getting some static off your mic, by the way, Scott. I don't know if you're hearing that as well.
No, I can check my.
Maybe just a bit close to the face, perhaps. You're trying to eat the thing. But let's see. We are about to get into game number 3. Remember, this one is everything to play for. This is the last chance now for both teams, because whoever wins here is guaranteed their spot in the grand final, and whoever loses is out of the competition. So, what do we think is going to happen here, guys? I'm still going to stick with my original prediction, Ashton and Johnny C. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can definitely see it. I mean, Fiesta Cartel was very important to what King and Witter were able to do that game. So if they don't have those masterminds, are they able to create those sorts of advantages? We'll have to see, right?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be 2 times Megamind into Fiesta Cartel,
Yeah.
and then it'll be fine.
I would be shocked if King did not click Chaos.
I mean, King Dance is definitely a big chaos abuser, right? Ashton and Johnny C, so they've used up their Castle and Chaos as well. So Johnny can still play Fiesta if he wants to, try and show Widdowson a thing or two that he still knows how it's done. And Ashton could play Cartel, right? So they could go with that pairing if they want to play it that way.
Yeah, he went for the redraw, I guess expecting like King and Witter to play their usual Chaos plus like Greed or something.
Yeah.
And he was gonna just outscale them with the redraw, but yeah, Fiesta Cartel is definitely a way to get around that.
And they might just see what the spells are as well and kind of play
Yeah,
it
for sure.
around that. Like Cartel, very good in aggressive games. Chaos, Redraw, etc. Very, very good in heavy economy spell games. But we're about to find out, guys. The players are not messing around. We are straight into game number 3, continuing the action. Which one of these teams is going to make it through to the finals? Will it be Balkan Lynx or will Abrasiat claim their place there? When Johnny C loads, we're going to find out, and here he does. Let's go, game 3.
It's triple scaling.
Triple scaling. There's the Fiesta for Johnny C. He's got good options as well with Nekomata.
The Chaos out of King.
Wow, redraw Greed.
Witter going for Greed.
I like Greed
and-
for Witterson.
Yeah.
And he has his trusty angler, although this is a tricky angler roll.
Yeah.
This is like a reroll, I think, because you legit cannot play that early game.
I mean, he does have good answers for 13 if he makes it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got the pieces for a great roll. He just needs to get there.
Yeah.
He can go like double steed angler, 3 workers. I don't know if it's too low workers.
I think that's not the sort
Probably
of
too
strategy
low
you do
for-
in an Overcup game.
Probably not when Ashton's in the game, especially. Like, he's just going to be way too far ahead.
And into
Yeah.
Johnny C on Fiesta as well. Like, you would
Yeah.
pretty much be sealing your own fate, I think.
I would imagine, I mean, like you can't really play around the bounty because you have no damage in your roll. It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, probably reroll. I would imagine, put down the angler.
Does this hold against Nosen, by the way, for Johnny?
No, I
No.
thought we saw this yesterday.
Uh.
I think so. Well, he's gonna go for the consort angler. Kind of, not something you see too often, but definitely is viable. I just worry for his early game. He has no ranged damage unit.
Yeah.
Can kind of carry the angler, like no Adam, no Aqua, no Seraphim.
I mean, what's he going to do? Like, stay 4 workers and add a steed on 2? Or
Yeah, I mean,
he does go 5, okay.
I think he's gonna play like normally, just probably gonna overbuild when wave 4, wave 5, wave 6.
Yeah. Well, there's the
Wait,
25% leak for Johnny C, so pretty juicy
Yeah.
Fiesta there for him. Widdowson can snail in income, and he does.
And Will, yeah, if he has to go Johnny Seed knows.
Yeah.
That's the stack.
And Wooderson will likely have to play around Snell himself.
Yeah.
Add the split. Guess he's thinking about whether or not he wants to go even. Oh,
He does.
2 buzzes.
So Widdowson should
know, he
do
need-
okay here against the 1 snail.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah,
what he
at
has
least
to
with
do
the
about
2
Johnny
buses,
C.
and he upped the split.
And Ashen going for his patented double Oathbreaker.
He didn't get a send here though. He's looking very
Yeah.
vulnerable on 4 with that double Oathbreaker if King goes for
Does
a 4
have the
send.
coiler.
He does have the coil. Oh,
And,
that's such
yeah.
a
Another
juicer there for
17%.
Johnny C. 17%,
My
yeah.
god.
But I mean, here's predictable, right? You know that
Yeah, he gets Snell and income, so
he gets nailed, yeah.
He's 7 workers, by the way, on Johnny C. That's the
Yeah.
sort of thing you only see with like a flower opener.
yeah, it's definitely pretty risky because he doesn't have a god answer for 4. So something like Brute can be pretty tricky there already.
Yeah. King Dans did go for his income send here on wave 3, so he's no longer posing a real threat on 4 against the double Oathbreaker. But Ashton shows the Serpent anyway, so he won't feel
Yeah.
too hard done by.
And Serpent's even really good at here because with the Oathbreaker damage, I think the threshold is really nice.
Oh, true.
I mean, I think the important thing now is to look at this Witterson into Johnny C send because it is going to be his try here. Like, he can see Johnny is 7 markers now. And he is actually pro leaking here, I think. Witterson is, so we'll be able to get to that Brute, Snail, Dino, Snail if he wants. I think
And it's
Dino
gonna
Snail
be
probably
a-
is too easy.
A slow cover.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna be a full cover even, but it's gonna take a long time because of the
Yeah.
slime lava. Oh, perfect split there.
Johnny going for the Brute into King's Slime Siren. King not as skilled as Johnny and not rolling Consort, but, you know, Warwick Seraphim probably good enough.
He's rolled Warpwing as well, which I've heard is quite a good unit.
Yeah, and he goes for a Robo send into Ashen himself. Robo actually versus Serpent early can be kind of peaky. Like, it actually takes a while to kill.
Yeah.
And everyone going for Power Marks besides Ashen.
No, but there's
Ah,
another
he goes
serpent here.
second Serpent.
Haha!
That's usually bad because every 4th attack from the serpent usually gets wasted because it's a 3-shot, right?
Yeah.
But here, not so bad if you need them to kill the Robos together.
And Widdowson forced to stay on 5 workers, by the way, with his Bounty Hunter upgraded here. Let's see,
Yeah.
because Johnny's looking quite bad now, receiving the 100 send, Ashton receiving the 100 send as well. And yeah, with the double Serpent, the Robo does die very quickly, actually, and now the second one's under
Yeah.
attack. But at least they've killed the Oathbreakers super quick, and the Serpent do not split the damage. Meanwhile, if we go back over to Johnny C's lane, the Brute is doing its thing, but he is absolutely slaughtering those chickens with the Necromata.
It's
Not
1 bird and a brood.
one bird and a Brute, and
And
Ashton leaking
Ashton-
3 chickens.
Yeah, King actually got the worst end of the trade. I mean, he sludged
Yeah.
everything on 1 HP with the Fire Aqua.
King's having a really rough one now, actually. He's the lowest value in the game, kind of behind on income a little bit as well, really far behind on the power score.
Yeah, and he has some very obvious weak waves coming up.
Mhm.
And with Chaos, you can't really, prep. You can't really shift for something.
Widdowson going for the Robo resend here on wave 5 into Johnny C. Johnny, he's got 68 gold to play with, he just spends it on the cat. He is pulling the boss right though, isn't he? Okay, no,
Yeah,
he does
he's
fix
adding.
that. Yeah,
Someone else is also pulling the boss right, but
that would be...
yeah, Witterson also solved the
Ashton.
mystery.
Okay.
Whoa, Ashen got the coiler bug.
Huh?
The boss went all the path straight to the coilers first, so he's all the way on the left.
Oh,
But
okay.
that makes it a perfect split for him.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
actually quite nice.
It doesn't matter. He didn't get any cent, so he's
Yeah.
gonna hold either way. But like that was perfect for him basically.
Meanwhile,
I think
Widdowson
that's
looks like
the
a
problem.
fairly juicy leap there on him with the Bounty Hunter, 45%.
Yeah.
And Fiesta
And this
God,
Johnny-
Johnny C, he's just holding.
Oh, he's
fast.
holding. He got a few too many kills from the cat.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the problem with Witterson's role. He's got nothing for this wave. like 5/6, he has no damage.
No.
I think
King is
Ashton-
looking pretty terrible here. Did he shift gold? No, he doesn't
Ooh.
have anything.
They're going
I mean,
for.
he does have the poly.
I mean, they want this wave 7, which would be really good versus King and Witter, but they do have to survive this 6. Johnny on value, but building legit. He has the worst units of all time on wave 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Ashton has the Deep Coiler, which is pretty nasty on 6, but it is double Brute, and the rest of his units are not that good on 6.
Oh, it's still 160 Mythium send, though. I think he's going to be in trouble with the Deep Coiler, nevertheless. The Serpent at least makes him kill the Robo very, very quickly there. Now the Brute's wrapping. He is perfectly split tanking as well between the Serpent and the Coiler.
Well,
Yeah,
has
it's very
2 and 2.
And the cat is dead before the Grawl here, which is
Yeah.
just not ideal.
So we got
This is actually gonna be
65%
pretty big
for
leads.
Ashton.
Oh, good king
Um,
damage here.
We
Yeah,
got
I mean, this is a
49%
good
for Johnny
undercut.
C. Yeah.
Now, oh, King rolled Bunk. You genius.
But here comes the counterpunch on 7. Johnny C is sending that Mimic into King Dan's. Ashton, he's
Yeah.
close to getting Mimic in income as well.
Maybe
both
just
have
gonna settle
Bunk.
for Brutes, because it is better versus what Witterson has showed so far.
Yeah, he did have 160, but you're right. He just goes for the Brute and the Cannoneer, actually.
But we get the...
Of course, the
yeah, the
Kingpin.
big-
Yeah. I mean, Witterson's
And-
also on 999 value, so
yeah?
I think
King
he's
has
going to
also
be
got
okay
that
no matter what.
That's a
Bunk
value
hack.
number.
I said you couldn't shift or anything, but I did forget who it is we're talking about here.
Yeah. Oh, and King
there's the
Dan's
bunk.
Chaos rolling the Bunk here is just perfect for him against the Mimic.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
he's
Brute,
probably
but
still leaking, I would imagine. Like, this is a huge sun, but
240 Mythium, yeah, that's a lot.
oh, but the fire elemental is also split tank and 3 creeps in the
Yeah,
beginning.
he's got really good aggro there. Very good
Yeah.
positioning from the King.
he is the king after all.
Slime Mommy does now go down. Will they respawn in time? No, so the
no.
Fire Elemental is going to die very quickly, but
But
he's
just
killing
keep the
everything
Mimic,
apart from
right?
the Mimic,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
And he does have...
Which means the Mimic
Witterson-
snacks a lot, but he'll be fine.
yeah. 27 gold.
And Witter is
Easy.
covering.
I think I'm surprised Ashton didn't go for a double Brute or triple Brute here,
Oh.
because that would have leaked for sure.
Yeah, he would definitely have leaked. That's 200 Mythium, 3 Brutes and a Snail, and Ashton would have
That's
been...
king damage.
Witterson, sorry, would have been leaking even with 1,000 value.
Ah, but he wanted to feed the Mimic some more, I see.
I see. Very smart. And
The
the
funnel
Mimic is just snacking on these crabs. This is juicy.
Yeah, I mean... Could've been worse,
That's one of the
but-
situations where you're actually hoping that the Warlock doesn't get a second summon or another summon off. Because it wouldn't mean
Honestly,
anything.
Witterson got bailed out pretty hard by Ashton not just resending on 6. Like, the fact that Ashton and Johnny try to play together actually hurt them, because I think if Witterson is getting the Brute double Snail or something on 6, he's also leaking there. And then he probably can't get Kingpin on 7, because hopefully Ashton would do better after sending. And...
This is something I like to do as well, is like full snails into the Kingpin player on wave 8, because quite often they can just leak to that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not adding. This is kind of dead value. But he goes full king ups with the rest, so
Yeah.
could be doing fine here. And King also went for some income to try and scale himself. Witterson and Johnny being the ones to save this game. I mean, the power
Johnny,
score did
talking
still
about
favor-
saving, he's got 240 Mythium in the bank. When do you think he wants to send it?
I think that wave 10 is looking extremely nasty versus
Yep.
King Dance. But he does have that Daphne hack.
Oh, he
he's
just goes
gonna
for
send
income here on 9, actually, so pulling the trigger a bit early.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he felt like King probably has a good answer for everything. Like, King could just go bounty here into Kingpin next anyways. And I mean, that he is planning for that
Yeah.
contingency. But, yeah, Witterson, after his reroll, I mean, now that he's made it out of the early game, his roll is looking very nice.
Yeah, for sure. With that triple tier 6.
Yeah, and Magician with we saw how good mana generation on these crap guys is. So
Yeah.
no Star Color, but you know, Magician, Star Color at home.
And King Dams with his 1200 value should be snacking this income send pretty quickly.
I mean, Witterson has this Lithium. I mean, assuming he wants to go 10, because going 11 into 0 doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he gets done here. I mean, not really great things to send, if I'm being honest.
He's very
before
close to
Ram.
Siege Ram.
That one is good. I mean, looks like he gets it.
He does
Yeah.
get it.
Oh,
Okay.
time.
So,
The
Yeah, that's not too
snails that he got, the Kingpin as a horrible DPS unit on 9, adding up perfectly.
I mean, Johnny's build is not that bad on 10. Like, all of these units are fine on 10. So,
his DPS is quite bad at killing Siege Rams, though.
sadly, that is a downfall.
Yeah. And Witterson's going to get the Mythium to add a Brute onto that as well.
Obviously, Witterson did pay a price for this. I mean, he is the lowest income by a good margin.
Let's have a look.
And
How's he
actually-
going to do against this Ram? Well, for starters, he's ignoring it with a lot of his units and going straight on the
Yeah.
boss. So that's one way of dealing with it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if he manages to kill the boss because of this, that is insane for him.
Yeah, that's
He
a
doesn't
Will he
kill
little-
the
though?
boss.
Oh, and the Harpy
Yeah.
before the Assyria or the Priestess.
Well, that's not as good. But
And it's just bad because then the Siege Ram is just full value in the league.
Yeah.
yeah, you don't get the Seed Ram gold. So.
And now, the Coiler
No,
also
the coil
goes
is
to
on the boss, so you will be able to kill it at least.
A little something for Witterson to get the Seed Ram gold through.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, Ashton and Johnny, they have the income and the workers, and now they're saving, presumably to go 13.
Witterson
But,
is egging, so he is preparing for that 13, of course.
Yeah. Egg is a really nice answer when you're both looking extremely good on 11 and 12 and bad on 13.
Yeah. And they
And
both take
Magician is great.
Magician. Kingdowns, who's Bounty Hunter, looking quite sad there with its low number of stacks. Should be able to generate a few this way instead.
That's nice. I mean, with Chaos, he's always going to hit some stuff.
Yep.
And Ashen has a similar plan with Redraw. Already has his Starcaller down. Johnny going for the Pulve. I think that makes some sense. Doesn't really get great value out of everything else. Like, Battle Scar is probably not going to go into Zyria for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
The skeleton and the Magician, do you think that's just for resale value later?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to put it down for now and figure it out. What it's going to be later. I doubt he would upgrade it. That would be a little crazy. The question, I
Yeah.
guess, is do Johnny and Ashton just want to send here now? Because they did just get income tier. They do see the egg. It's not like these builds are immortal on 12. With like 400. Yeah, they're
They
just going to
do
send
go
here.
for the 12 send, okay. We see the Ogres coming out. And here's the thing, right? Because of that Magician, Kingdowns is way less likely to upgrade his Kingpin here and just try and
Yeah.
greed it.
And I mean, his value looks so good. He might even keep this. Does have an Aziria though. An Aziria on 12. Oh, okay. So not full grading. Just gonna sell the guy.
Yeah. I mean,
mean, getting
Witterson's
mass
definitely
down is
leaking
really
here
nice.
with his egg, I think.
Yeah, and he's not going for Haven, which I would imagine would be his best.
Yeah, but they're
I
still
mean-
expecting the 13 cent, right? So
Sure.
Yeah, he's maximizing his Magician value, which is also a fair point. Like,
Very
does
nice.
have that spell.
Aziria tanking here for Kingdowns. That thing is surviving
Yeah.
the left side of the wave very, very nicely indeed. It looks like it
that
will
was
go
good.
down
Though.
now.
but he's fine.
Yeah,
This is a
it's-
small
it's
league.
done
Yeah.
its job for sure.
and actually, this Magician, I mean, was a lot of value. He did get a lot of summons out of it.
He's even going to get one more
Static
round
tank.
of summons, perhaps? Yeah, there
Oh,
we
yeah,
go.
the egg,
Wow.
the egg was taken in front. That's really
Wait,
nice.
Ah.
Isn't he just holding?
And then the second one gets to summon off.
Yeah, this is insane from Witterson.
One more summon
Oh,
on
no,
the big
the
one just
big one-
guarantees
the
it.
big one
There
gets
we
it.
go.
Yeah, I mean, what a fucking beast.
Yeah, what an absolute machine.
And then 2 more summons there.
Oh,
And
it's
now
the
it's a
slowest hold
long
of all
wait
time,
for
but
them.
it's still a hold.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, a slow hold is the best hold, right? Because
Well,
mean,
they're
just
still kind of
easier
behind
for you
in
to push.
workers by
yeah, Johnny
some
and Ashen
margin.
are very far ahead in workers, to be fair. But I mean, holding is good. Holding while saving. That's the way you come back in these games.
And
The
they
thing
will get
is-
very minor king damage here for the side of Balkan Lynx.
basically relevant king damage, right?
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I said before the game
Yeah,
that
they're
I
just gonna
wanted
go
to
full
see
resend. Yeah,
a really close game 3, and it certainly looks like the players are going
I like
for it.
this a lot. I mean, King needs to be careful. Like, he can't kill his Azeria,
Hmm.
which, I mean, I don't know if he's thinking about it because the wave was just so long, but I think this can definitely leak Witterson.
I mean,
Like,
Wilson's
his
on
units.
2.5k value here, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. I mean, with the Magician as well, but like these units are all like not that good on 13.
Kingdown's doing a very
Yeah.
high split here. We'll have to see if his Azeria tank's just one creep, maybe.
I mean, at
Even
this point,
tanking
oh
anything.
my god. I mean, it's a 500 cent. He's
Oh,
gonna
it's
tank
tanking
two.
It's
So,
just absolutely perfect. Tanks 2, survives them very
Yeah.
easily.
for him, I guess his melees are so far back that it's never a worry, and he's
Yeah.
gonna snipe this 4-eye at some point. Not sure
Easy.
when exactly.
I mean,
he's
King's
got
just holding, I think, here. He
Yeah,
kills
Oh,
the
there's
4-eye
the
as
4-eye.
well. And that's a
And
hold there for
Witterson-
King. Back over to Witterson. I mean,
It
he's
looks
getting
like a leak to
overrun,
me.
actually. The Crab Warlock that we saw pop
Yeah.
up on 12, not quite achieving the same feat here on 13, despite
Yeah.
Witterson being on insane value for the wave.
See,
Yeah,
thing
but the
is-
crabs are like half tank value on
Yeah.
13 compared to 12. So
I mean, it is good that King was able to hold here, but it's also like they were able to send so many times and get income. So yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense to just send now. Obviously, looking at their builds, it's also fine to send here, but
oh,
Yeah, a little bit
That
unfortunate
limits.
focus there in the mid, so no cover from King. But here we have some massive wave 14 sends coming out.
Yeah.
Now, Ashton and Johnny, they smell it coming. It looks like they're just going for the income King play, but these sends are absolutely huge. We've got double Centaur, Pack, and Mimic. We've got double Ogre, Pack, and Mole. But Johnny C, I mean, he's in grey value there. Ashton, he's
Yeah.
probably going to be grey as well when he finishes building. Very close. Minus 400
yeah,
for
I mean, he has
Ashton.
Well,
magician.
yellow,
He has
but
so
he
much
has-
magician value.
Yeah, really good
Yeah.
units there. Really good synergy with the Magician as well, as you say. We'll have to see because they need to get some work done here, King Downs and Witterson. If not, they're in a really bad spot.
Yeah, they're very far behind in income.
Big sends though,
way will-
1,000 for Ashton, 880 for Johnny C.
Centaur's going on the left side.
Yeah, he's sniping one centaur, and Johnny had a really nice Azeria, sniping ogres now.
There goes the Sovereign. He gets a few attacks off with the buff.
Doomsday is dying very quickly though. The Azeria didn't tank nearly enough there for him. And it does look like a decent leak here on Ashton as well. 110% for him, 88% for Johnny. And sure, they've got a fully upgraded King, but they're still going to take a ton of damage here. A lot of gold now going over to the side of King Downs and Witterson, but they do need it badly.
And King did manage to get that egg down. I don't know why it's on the magician, but yeah, that's where I guess.
That's kind of a
I
bit
mean,
greedy
he
there
did-
for him.
He hasn't really reached the slots yet, so it's not really a problem. But
It's on the Magician. It's right behind the bunk.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess his plan with the bunk is that it's more to catch the split at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, eggs make this game annoying for the other team for sure. I would assume it's like Witterson. He's not looking that good on 16, so he'd go for an egg that does die in the split.
Mhm.
But I mean, Johnny and Ashton also have the same plan of just going super late game. I mean, they have the redraw. Like Ashton is in that spot to just, reroll into the units and win the game.
Yeah. And Ashton, once again, just leading the field in terms of his income. He's on a very solid worker number, 600 income compared to Witterson's 470. He's feeling
Yeah.
pretty good about himself right now.
I mean, the only advantage Witterson and King have right now is that the enemy King is lower.
Yep.
But
But that is
problem
a
with-
pretty good advantage, honestly.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely their win con, right? They have to be able to kill
Yep.
Ashton and Johnny. I mean, it sounds kind of silly to say it, but it's kind of their only way. Like, they can't win by holding.
Yeah,
Really. They
yeah,
need
yeah.
to. They need to leak up.
But Ashton has so much value,
Yeah, he's definitely playing
so
for a
much
long
gold.
game. I mean, it looks kind of like 19, honestly. I mean, 18 might be Ashton and Johnny's plan because they can't really win on a
Yeah.
19 situation versus the other rules, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree
mean,
with
they have,
that.
they have boars, I guess, hidden away for Ashton.
Ashton and Johnny both sitting on plus value as well, by the way, just because
Yeah.
they have that much economy to play with, and of course they just have less Mythium on the enemy team to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, Witterson keeping his egg alive now because he realized enemies are just way overvalued. No reason to let it die. And King did find some disciples to at least get some magician value out. I don't know. Can they skip 18 here? Because I mean, it's not like Johnny is like some insane beast on 18, but Ashton is looking
What do you mean
absolutely
they-
unlickable.
Johnny has the Sky
Yeah, he
Oh,
does
Pulverize.
Pulverize, yeah,
yeah.
true. It's so good on wave 18. But you're right,
And, like,
Ashton's just a machine there. Like Ashton looks pretty unleakable on 18.
Look
King
at this
Claw.
little guy.
King Claw with Ocean Templars.
Yeah,
Also a pretty solid tank.
definitely got a lot of juice. I mean, 19 is ideal versus Ashton and Johnny. It's just that can they hold? I mean, Witterson doesn't really have the perfect answer here.
Widdowson is looking pretty terrible on 18, I think.
Yeah, the summoner builds are weaker on 18 if they have enough kills. So, I mean, it's gonna be King's job. It's just that King is also pushed more because he has to leak Ashton.
Yeah, King is already 500 under.
But
That's
it
gonna
looks
be
like
like
no one is
800,
sending.
900, right?
Everyone does
They
hold
are-
their nerve though, so nobody
Yeah.
jumping the gun just yet.
They're content for this 19 play, it seems. I mean, 19 Witterson's build is a bit better, obviously, with the summoners, but he can also get overrun by a huge send, right? Like witches, needlers. What has King got
and
for us?
Widdowson adding these Doomsdays here on 18, pretty
Yeah.
bad for him there on 19, unfortunately. And like you say,
Yeah.
King down. I mean, he's hardening one mod man. It's kind of
Yeah, but then he can't upgrade it and harden it for 19.
true.
So
yeah,
there's
that does count. Yeah,
Unless he just, does the thing, rolls them. Yeah, like that.
yeah. Just roll it again. Nice.
oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that's how you play chaos, right?
Yeah. I mean, everyone is going to have to send. Everyone is so undervalued here.
Yeah,
Johnny with the best value, obviously, because Witterson has the lowest workers.
yeah. But Johnny's
But
looking
Johnny-
pretty bad on 19,
Yeah,
honestly, with those.
a lot of bad
units.
value besides the King Claws. And King Dance is sending, a couple witches here and there.
Yeah. And Ashton sending a couple of witches of his own into
Yeah.
Widdowson's build.
Love the
but-
GKs as well to keep them off the wave.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing Widdowson is really lacking in is DPS. Like, he's got good
Yeah.
tank value for sure with the Hydras, with the Crab Warlocks, but he's really, really lacking in any sort of damage.
I mean, Haven is probably his best damage, which isn't a good thing to say.
Nope.
King
Yeah.
obviously going for some hardened mudmen here.
And he's finally upgraded that Kingpin with its 180 stats.
Yeah,
So
180. My God.
That is a big fish.
Yeah. The change was mostly for fun. It's not gonna matter
Yeah.
in real games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, his Azeria
Oh,
is
King's
getting
Azeria!
sniped.
Oh, does go down before the heal. That's unfortunate. But he's making very quick work of those Krakens, actually. They're both gone
Yeah,
already. This
this
big
Kingpin
fish
is-
is going ham. This looks like a pretty
legit
good
top
hold there
damage.
from King Downs. Widdowson, meanwhile, is about to get another round of summons off. Oh no, the
think
wave
it's enough.
reaches his Warlocks before he does get that off, so
But
only
King's
two more
holding.
crabs.
Johnny's
Johnny's
leaking, but
leaking
Ashton
big, but
holding.
Ashton's holding with 1 billion value left alive. Widdowson
Yeah.
leaks
And
109.
those drakes.
Yeah.
Those drakes just. And he
Yeah.
has Warlocks as well.
And
It's gonna be damage on
21.
Abraseered, but no damage on Falcon.
Yeah,
The
you're
problem
right.
is Johnny always has they just always have a favorable sending advantage here. Like Witterson is not gonna push because he expects King would get pushed into, but Johnny's also like, I don't have to push because there's no way you can leak Ashton.
Yeah.
And King does have to push because they have to try
Because
and
he
win
has
the
to
game.
leak Ashton, yeah, exactly. And when is
It's
this one
rough.
going to go now? Because I feel like the players are all going to be strong enough for Wave 21. So are we thinking
Yeah.
like a Wave 22, Wave 23? Are we playing Classic now, boys,
Yeah.
or what?
I think this might be a classic scenario. We're going into the late game.
Yeah.
We're in that
I
game
don't see
now.
them. They don't have 100 workers. It's not classic.
True.
True.
Do you think? I mean, the boars for Ashton are very nice here. You can get like white main boars as well. Wonder if he'll redraw for something. I don't know if there's anything better really. I mean, he can even go pyros as well to go like lean into the AoE.
Wait, Widdowson's egging. So
What?
he's really not expecting the Sen
Crazy
to come
guy.
next wave.
It's the right call.
Yeah, I mean, it is classic after all.
I mean, assuming he holds.
Yeah, if he doesn't hold, it's less of a good
It would be
play.
very bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's
I
fine.
mean, he does
but-
have the 2 Doomsdays, and he does have the Magician.
Yeah,
Grab
he's
Mantis.
easily
Yeah.
holding, I think.
He does have a lot of sauce himself.
And yep, Ashton and Johnny, they do not go for the premature send here on 21, so Widdowson will be turbo rewarded for that triple egg play. Very nice.
Yeah.
But we have found King Dan's on top of the power score at this point, so...
Yeah, I think it's the workers.
But that's because the workers, yeah. That doesn't mean he's gonna hold.
Yeah, sadly, at this point in the game, workers are less important than value, but
Yeah. But he does need them to be able to have any
does,
chance of
yeah.
breaking Ashton, right? So,
yeah. I mean, these eggs are going to maybe let Widdowson catch up in value, actually.
yeah, true. The triple egg is very rewarding
Like-
for him.
Not going to catch Ashton, but maybe he can catch Johnny. See if that is enough. Ashton just fully going into these... Oh, he did roll once.
Oh, he's found the Pyro Boar, which is extremely strong on wave 21.
Yeah, Doomsday as well. A good single target, especially if you
Yeah.
fish for APS. Don't know if he's willing to spend the gold to fish. Might have to just upgrade some of his units.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to fish. He's got an
Oh,
extremely
he's just
good
gonna
wave
upgrade
21 roll.
Yeah.
the antler and the boars, right?
Oh,
They
and
are
it
gonna
does
go
look like a
22.
wave 22 send actually from Widdowson and King Dan's at least. Will Ashton and Johnny match this? Or are they just
The
comfortable
thing
in their
is-
values?
You can just look at your values the next wave and decide.
Yeah.
This looks scary,
Right.
actually.
It is a little scary looking at these values. Yeah, and they ascend. The one thing
okay.
is, if you send late, you actually don't have any time to do anything because there's the waves are so fast. You have
Right.
like legit like 25, 30 seconds. Yeah, I mean Widdowson is ahead of Johnny in value now,
Mhm.
or they're about the same. Ashton with the highest value, but obviously getting the biggest
Yeah.
spend.
Yeah. By
Don't know
far the
about
biggest send.
Four
right?
Eyes, but I
Widow,
guess
Widow's
best
ahead
of
of
the board.
Johnny, but Johnny's not getting any Mythium from Widow.
Yeah.
But Johnny also doesn't have the best late game. I mean, Pulv is nice, Doomsdays are okay, but no synergies really besides the the King
No.
Claw slow.
Mhm.
Kind of
Widow
looks
does
like
have
he's
the
gonna
crabs as
overrun.
well for super stall.
Yeah, Widdowson's
Yeah.
doing extremely
And
well,
the
and also his
Doomsday is
Doomsday
good
is
at
just
killing the- yeah,
holding
the
some of
Doomsday's
the
just
frogs.
snagging all the Frogos. Trying to...
I mean,
contain
King Dan's
some of
is
the
easily
damage.
holding, by the way.
What?
Widdowson's doing
Oh.
extremely well himself.
Oh.
Ashton's
I mean,
leaking
Johnny is-
165%.
Johnny's actually holding.
Yeah,
Yeah, Johnny didn't get any Mythium from...
but King
Yeah,
Dan's
Widdowson.
easily covers this in the mid, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
He's only 3 of the creeps.
doesn't have a lot of melees left is his problem, and he has
Yeah,
to kill all
true.
the frogs.
He is getting distracted by those Froggos, so the valuable units are staying alive
For a
for a
little
very
bit.
long time. Meanwhile, I mean, that both sides are
Yeah.
going to survive this, I think. This is wild. The wave
I mean,
22 send, both sides survive.
You see that Ashton's actually pushed now. Like he realized he can't hold. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's like once you leak 22, you're not gonna hold 24.
Yeah.
What a crazy game. I mean, you wanted a close game. This is as close as
Yes.
it gets.
I think Twitch
was
chat are very
definitely
happy
one way-
with this one as well.
I saw someone complaining that the stream started a bit late. But,
Yeah, I think we got that.
It's-
the drops covered.
Yeah, the
it's
drop
going
should be
late as
okay.
well. I wonder if, because since all the
No.
golems are recovering,
The thing is, once you hold
Oh.
21, you just have way
That is
too much
true.
gold. I mean, he is gonna lose. He is scared of it, but I think usually it's like if you hold 22, there's no way.
Yeah.
You legit are
Oh.
plus like 1k gold.
Will
We'll
anyone
see
be
now.
sending on
but it
24?
was a bigger blow to Balkan than Abrasiert. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens at
Yeah, the thing is, Johnny is gonna get
Johnny's-
so little Mythium. Like, what is
Yeah,
it?
but he- He's all in on the damage though, so he might
Yeah.
just get like steamrolled.
They are gonna go 24. No messing
Yeah.
around. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, it's not like King's send is gonna get any bigger. King and Johnny are the holders, and their send sizes aren't gonna get bigger compared to before.
Well, Johnny and Ashton, they are holding their nerve. Well, I guess we'll find out if that's the right decision. or
That
not.
is.
Oh, that's
These guys
Oh no,
are
they
crazy,
sent.
crazy,
Okay.
man.
They sent. They sent.
there we go. There we go.
Okay.
Pyros,
I don't
they
like
fall
Pyros.
off really hard.
Yeah.
They fall off really hard because the double.
I mean, Doesn't matter
damage-
what he does, to be honest. If he didn't hold 22, it's very, very unlikely he holds here, especially if he
Yeah.
pushes. So
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm just gonna take a look at King's Lane and see how he does.
He's doing pretty well.
It looks
It's
really
impossible
good.
to tell at this rate.
I mean, Aziris are insane damage, especially with this many
Yeah.
steeds.
Mm-hmm.
look
Okay,
at-
he
he's
is
clapping,
he's
yeah.
just holding.
He's holding
like, he's just
easily.
doing
Actually,
king things.
King Dan's Widdowson again doing well, but again leaking, I think. But so
He is
is
also
Johnny C with the big
holding.
hold. Oh, but this time Ashton, he's holding as well,
Oh.
right?
Never mind, you can hold.
Yeah.
I don't think Ashton is holding. No.
Okay,
Ashton's not
but
holding.
very very
But-
close,
but
right?
they're living.
And I don't. Is King covering this? I mean, he has way more units than last time, to be fair.
Yeah, there's only
But
one
there's also
more.
a bigger leak here.
We are going to.
There's only one more of
25, aren't we?
the lords. Like 25 is the hard cap. There's no way that they.
The thing is, yeah, now King, you could try resending King, right, with all the dehardens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Witterson is pushing now. He realized, like, oh shoot, I actually need to leak Johnny.
Yeah.
I do think he actually needed to push. Oh well.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
should have
know.
just threw it.
I think he should have just pushed. Yeah. I mean, these situations are legit impossible. Like, no one knows. Wait, are they dead? No, he
No, they're,
Oh,
they're,
he
they're
did.
living, but they won't
just
survive another
full-
wave like this.
Yeah.
King just full covers.
And
think-
Ashton pushed a bit more actually.
I think people need to go here.
Yeah, I think a resend makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
The wave is so strong on 25.
Yeah, like holding this is one of the harder things to do in the game.
There's no way it's happening.
Or
Is everybody just
I mean-
saving again?
you geniuses.
No, they send. They
I
send.
mean, okay.
Oh, there's the resent.
Wait, but King and Witter are not.
King and Witter, yeah,
I think they
it's
lose.
over.
yeah,
it's
with
over.
all of that D-harden, I think King Dan's is just not going to
Yeah.
do well enough here.
He killed the boss really quickly.
Yeah, that is one of the things.
But Witter decided to push here,
Yeah, I think
so
Witter is.
he's gonna be leaking so big.
Yeah, he at least kills the boss relatively quickly, but you're right, he just is going to have no chance here.
I mean, King is holding super strong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's actually
but he
insane.
he needs to, like, because Widdowson will be leaking here
He
and
need- he needs
decently
to,
so.
but-
I mean,
yeah.
it's legit a whole nother wave. Basically, only the boss is dead.
Yeah,
And, like, one
114%
creep.
there for Widdowson.
There aren't so many Frogos.
Yeah, that is good.
This is a
I
big,
mean,
but
big
there
leak
are-
here.
You know what's actually really good at killing frogs is the mask, the one mask that he has.
Yeah,
But
but it's distracting
no
a
melee
lot of
left.
Azaria shots as well, and this
Yeah.
does look like it's
Yeah.
game here. Wave
It's over.
25 victory for the Balkan Lynx. Wow.
what a crazy game! Holy fuck!
What a barn burner.
Well, we wanted
That's
a close
crazy.
game, guys, and I think we were rewarded in that sense. We have got Ashton Butcher and Johnny C claiming their place in the grand final. I don't think I need to ask whether the second semi-final is still going, because there's just absolutely no chance right after how long that one went with the wave 25. Look at this. 36-minute game here between Balkan Lynx and Abrasiet. And
Yeah.
guys, really well played there from the Balkan Lynx. Very unfortunate for Abrasiet. They are unfortunately out of this competition. But I'm really excited now to see how Balkan Lynx perform. I would love for Ashton and Johnny to claim the trophy here this month. Do we have the results from the other semi-final?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Drakir and Lucy managed to win that one too. They also went to 21 in their last game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh wow.
Was that a
But, you
2-1
know,
as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, okay, so some very, very long games in this semi-series, it seems. But guys, this has been a super, super long series. I think the players and the casters, myself certainly, are looking forward to a bit of a break. So I think we're going to have a quick 10 minutes here before we get into that grand final. Whatever you do, guys, don't go anywhere, because this is going to be a really exciting grand final now. It's going to be Barnes Kieran, that's Strakia, and FC Lucy facing off against the Vulcan Lynx, that is Ashton Butcher and Johnny C. So that's going to be an absolute banger of a grand final, guys. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. I will see you then. Goodbye.
See ya.
All right.
Reality bends to my will.
All right, Twitch chat, welcome back, welcome back. I mean, I'm still kind of shell-shocked from that Wave 25 game there, won by Johnny and Ashton Butcher. I don't really know where to go from there. Well, I don't think we're going to see any higher waves than that in the Grand Finals. I certainly hope not, but we'll have to see what the players have in store for us. This is, of course, Barnes Kieran, Drakir and Lucy, up against Balkan Lynx, Ashton and Johnny C, and again, look, we haven't actually seen Drakir and Lucy play this month yet, so pretty exciting to get our first cast of them here in the Grand Finals. They don't seem to have had much trouble on their side of the bracket, so Group A yesterday, the semi-final today, they have piloted a pretty good course here to the Grand Finals. They haven't dropped a single series anyway. They have lost a couple of games, but we'll have to see, because Johnny and Ashton, they've done the same thing, right? Both of these players finished their group top of the bracket, both of their players winning the semi-finals as well, and now we've got two titans here in the Grand Finals. Any preferences, you guys? Like, who do you think is going to take this one?
I mean, I actually haven't seen Drakir and Lucy play at all, so I have no idea how they're playing. But yeah, I'll root for my boys, Drakir and Lucy. I'll give them 3-2.
Fair play, fair
Yeah,
play.
we
Skull?
saw really strong gameplay out of Johnny and Ashton here, so I think that like they have a pretty good shot at taking it.
Okay, so we've got the panel. Carry on.
Obviously, like Drakir and Lucy are a strong team, but I think it's anyone's game here.
Yeah,
Both teams.
Totally agreed, actually. Now, that's interesting. We've got the panel split 1-1. You know, Offmer in favour of Barnes Kieran. Scott Rod, you're in favour of Balkan Lynx. I think if I'm the tiebreaker, I'm going to have to go with Balkan Lynx, guys. I just really want to see Ashton taking the crown. And, of course, the fact that this is a new team here with Johnny C as well, I think that's a pretty cool narrative if these guys are able to take the trophy this month. So I'm going to be cheering for Balkan Lynx here as well.
For sure.
Do we have a lobby open?
We do, but it's also missing everyone.
Okay, nice. Well, it's missing one less person now. So let's see if we can get the esteemed players in here. And we should be able to get our Grand Finals underway. And that just reminds me to fix the scoreboard, actually. Here we go. So what kind of game are you expecting from these guys? Like, what's their style, Offmer?
I mean, I would expect in any game where Drakir is sending Ashton for Drakir to just starve Ashton the whole game.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know. I mean, I think a pretty good game plan is to make sure Ashton doesn't snowball. Like, that's probably the first step. And then the second step is to have one person on your team also ahead as well, because, you know, if Ashton does break free, like, someone's got to catch him. But probably nothing too crazy nothing too different from what we saw from King and Winter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see some. Everything is gonna go to late game, right?
Yeah.
The way the game is set up right now, and the players are so strong.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Without early game mistakes, like, it does feel like the game should go very long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and these players are not very likely to make early game mistakes, right?
Yeah.
No, and I think it is probably a sign of the patch as well, with games tending to go quite long. This is definitely the first time that we've seen Wave 25 in an Overcup game, isn't it? We've certainly never had a game go that long before. We may have seen Wave 21 before, but definitely not 25. And yeah, I think it is a bit of a symptom of the patch currently, with games tending to go long and more than ever going past Wave 21 as well, which just was pretty much unheard of in Ranked for a very long time. Now, Jules has buffed the waves in the recent hotfix patch, but maybe a little bit more needs to be done to address that. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, 19 does feel fairly strong, and 15 is obviously legit impossible to hold sometimes.
Yeah.
But I do think that, I mean, like, the games are going long. Like, whether that's a testament to the players and the play styles they're choosing, or just the way the game is shaped right now, hard to say for sure. But yeah, for sure, like, you could make changes that make the game shorter, but whether that's necessarily good changes then, also hard to say.
Okay, well that's enough meta talk because the players have decided to start the lobby, which means that this grand final is underway, guys. Who will be your September Nova Cup champions? Will it be Barnes Kieran? They're on the left. Will it be Balkan Lynx? They're on the right. We're about to find out. Game number 1. Let's go.
Let's get it. Castle.
Castle Chaos.
Chaos.
Ashton and
Oh,
Johnny
Chaos.
going with their pairing that
Ooh.
worked so well for them in the previous series.
Cheater mode.
Three
Put a
three
mask.
economy Legion spells with
Yeah.
Venture, Pawn Shop.
Look
And
at this,
Predator.
by the way, the Ruby Tempest monument for Lucy. That's a bit of a
Yeah,
banger there.
That's a
Very nice.
flex.
Yeah.
And
And we have
instantly
Fiesta Cartel from Lucy Drakia. Okay, very interesting mastermind pairing. So we've got 2 really late game focused masterminds there with Castle and Chaos, and then we have 2 very aggressive early game masterminds on here with Drakia on the Fiesta and Lucy on the Cartel. So bit of a clash of styles here. Let's see which one comes out on top.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be tough for Ashton. If Drakira wants to be mean, then Ashton's not really gonna play the game.
But if they manage to stay even relatively close by the time we get to wave 11, things are really going to start to favour Ashton and Johnny, right?
For sure, for sure.
Okay, everyone is just going with king ups here to start. I mean, Ashton hasn't done yet, but I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he's
And
going
if he
for-
doesn't, it would be really good for Drakia and Lucy.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
a
Ashton
warping,
loves his
a warping
regen.
holds a snail on 1, but it takes forever.
Yeah.
And Drakia would really like that with his 5 workers, probably 6 when he gets there.
Yeah. 6 is actually, I mean, it's not crazy, but his add-on too is not going to be very good.
Yeah, he's probably got. He's going 6. He's just gonna add some. And he rerolled as well there, didn't he? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. But
Yeah,
didn't hit anything crazy.
it's just my overlay not showing.
Oh, and Johnny with his 4 worker start will not get that snail in income. I do
Poor
assume
guy.
that he'll send it post income now, but
Yeah. Ashton is not sure what happens if he gets 40 cent here.
well, he might be about to find out because Drakia will have that much Mythium.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth trying because it's like...
Johnny's holding on to his Mythium.
Here
Oh,
he
there,
goes.
never mind. There he goes. Just building
Okay.
first.
Drakir respecting Ashton.
Yeah, Drakia holds on to his Mythium as well, so let's just check out Drakia's lane here. He added 3 polys, which at least have a little bit of tank value on the way, but this should be a pretty
Except
big
only one of
lead
them
here.
tanks.
Yeah,
What about? But here we
look
go.
at this.
The damage.
Ooh.
The damage.
67%
big
lead there.
leaks.
Lucy is going to be able to hold. She'll be able to cover at least most of it, I would think, as well. And very slow waves, right, with the warp wing, so that kind of favours
Yeah.
the heavy push. But having said that, Ashton and Johnny, they're both on 6 workers as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The
They have
warping is not
a lot of
covering
things.
fully.
Wait,
Oh, is it?
I mean, the units
Is
are
it?
broken.
Because it just. Oh my god.
The
They
wave
are
is
taking
just doing
more
0
damage.
damage, right? Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
16 income.
These are some pretty big sends now
7
coming
workers
out on
out of
wave
Johnny
3.
C. 7 out of Johnny C.
Yeah.
Crazy guy. I mean, he knows he can't get...
Yeah.
Well, actually, he's about to take a huge leak.
Isn't the Seraphim just dead?
Well, Johnny C will be able to add the snail, so that's a
Yeah.
60 cent,
Yeah,
including a robo for Drakia
Oh.
to deal with.
Drakia heard me.
Yeah. I think Johnny
He was
is-
watching. He was watching
dead.
the stream and looking 5 minutes into the future.
The Seraphim is
must
still
something
tanking the
change.
robo, though. Oh no,
Ser-
he needs that thing
Seraphim is-
alive.
Seraphim is still dead though.
Yeah. Oh, he's going
Yeah.
to leak massively here for Drakia. Look at this, guys. That is a 63% leak for him. Johnny leaks 48 to the income send. Will Lucy be able to hold herself? The lizard is dealing
Yeah.
damage against this warp wing, but the wave has been reduced to 0 damage at this point. Looks like warp wing strikes again. That will be a hold for Lucy, though she
Oh,
won't
the
be able
lizard
to cover
kills.
much. Oh, she doesn't know the lizard makes it through.
Oh.
Okay, well, first blood going to the side of Balkan Lynx here on wave 3. A decent chunk of
And
damage as well with a robo there.
Drakia with the Fiesta being the lowest push in this game right now.
Yeah, it's very awkward gold. Like he has to build a tier
Yeah.
3 like every turn basically. So
Yeah,
pushing
tier
is
3
not
units,
hard.
like having a lot of tier 3 units is awkward, really
Now a
awkward.
brute into Lucy here. Does have the coiler. Honestly, I've never seen a build that looks quite like Lucy's.
We'll have to see how she performs here because she's getting full resent from Ashton Butcher, as is Drakir. But Drakir, like you said, Scotrol did stay on 6 workers and should be doing very well here against the 60
Yeah,
resent.
and he swapped to a Devilfish because he realized that it's also going to get sniped anyways.
So he might as well have
Might as
the
well
extra
get the
HP. Gets rewarded
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, that's a second.
Oh,
summon
and
for
somehow,
Drakir.
how did the hawk get focused before the gate guard? That was
Yes.
interesting.
I mean, Drakir's not
Dynamic
complaining
there.
about that one for sure. Lucy leaks 27%. Drakir will get that 3rd summon off. Yes, that lets him kill one more chicken. Still leaking though. So once again, more king damage going in favour of Balkan Lynx.
Death by a million cuts.
Yeah.
Whereas Drakir is going for the one big.
Oh, the one big cut. Yeah.
We'll see if he can get anything done because Ashton is gonna get to the point where sell a few polys and then you have a harb, and then where's the weakness until 8?
I mean,
Yeah,
Drakir almost
you know.
has to go like wave 8 already, doesn't he? With like a Ghost Knight or
That would be
something. Because
crazy.
Ashton's just looking really strong over all of the next waves. The Gate Guard and the Devilfish is so good on 6. Obviously, the Casket is amazing on 7. And Drakir's putting himself into a bit of a tough spot, actually,
Like,
because...
Double brute snail here would probably have done really well, right?
Yeah,
But then again, of course, there's the priestess that covers. But it could have been a big leak against Ashton, I think.
yeah, Double Brute could have got some work done for
Could
sure.
have done something for sure.
I mean, maybe the Seraphim still. I mean, if the same thing happens here and the boss damage is irrelevant, then maybe brutes don't matter.
Will we see
Yes.
a Fiesta action? Oh,
Ashton
Lucy
went
getting
for a Brute
another
of his
Brute
own.
here. Will leak very small.
Yeah, I mean, he's about to click Ogre on 6.
Yeah, I mean,
think
Gate Guard is
Harbinger
pretty
doesn't
good
hold
on
that
6, but I don't think it's that good
Yeah.
against an Ogre.
Harbinger is not gonna do too well, I think, against that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe his best bet is honestly to go Yuzora instead. But
Oh, but he still goes for the. He has the ogre.
Or
He got.
Brute. Okay.
goes triple Brute.
He's going for 4 brutes, yeah.
I mean, against a Harbinger, I could see it. Like,
Yeah.
one single unit you want to.
Slow it down as
Prioritize.
much as possible.
But what is Mr. Ashton going to go for? Looks like a Zora. At least, I think that's what he's hovering. Yeah. So, I mean, solid answer versus Brutes for sure. Ah, I see. He knew he's getting triple Brute. Or quadruple Brute. Yeah, have fun with that one.
Yeah, I mean, the Yuzora is a good tank against it, for sure, but it's a 240 Mythium's end on 6. That's not the sort of Mythium that you're supposed to be able to deal with.
I mean, basically, like, there's 10 Rockos in his lane.
Yeah. He is sniping one of the Brutes, at least.
2 Brutes.
Oh, both Gate Guards summon. Okay, signs of life.
But still 4 Rockos, or 3 Rockos and 2 brutes going
Yeah,
through.
it's still an 82% leak, but honestly, with a 240 Mythium send, could have been worse. And Johnny C does hold the send himself.
So many friends, Woozy.
Oh, Drakir held that?
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, double Giga versus income send, the
Yeah.
classic. Like, if you go Brutes there from Johnny, or if he goes, like a mix, like one
Yeah.
tank
He is,
send and then
like-
some damage.
Drakir's build is super strong for this wave, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like all the polys just stalling the Rockos on the one side.
yeah. It's a huge
It's
gamble.
Only the Steed is bad value here,
Mhm.
and she still buffs or gives mana to the Gate Guards, right? And then
It's a very similar build to Ashton's, actually, but we did see the pretty juicy leak there from the Butcher.
Yeah, Johnny should have tried that quadruple Brute on 6 himself. But they do actually come out in a reasonable spot, I think, for Ashton and Johnny. I think they're a bit ahead still. Obviously, they have that castle that's going to kick in eventually, but I think Johnny's just got himself into, I think, the best spot in this game.
And Ashton, whose role does look really good for the early game, also still has his reroll available. So that Disciple Starcrawl, the Gateguard Circle, and maybe he can pick something big up in the reroll as well.
So income sends from Ashton and Johnny, whereas Rakir and Lucy are looking for something. Don't know if that's wave 9 they want or wave 10. I could see either, to be honest.
Probably 10. I mean, there is the Sky Queen. Also, 10 is a bit far away, but also Gate Guards.
Yeah,
They're pretty strong on
it's-
9.
they have solid builds.
Yeah, starting to be quite a scary amount of Mythium there on the side of Barnes Kieran,
Yeah.
though. Lucy with 220 plus, Drakir, he's got 200 of his own now as well. And yeah, they are really representing a pretty big threat against Vulcan Lynx.
I don't think
Boiler
they
going
want
down,
anyone
but it doesn't
scaling.
matter because the Warp Wings can reduce the
Yeah.
corporate damage too.
And Drac actually might go for Prolik here.
Oh, probably it would be amazing for them here with that much Mythium in the bank. Wow, that is a fiesta there from Drakir, leaking 1 creep, 1 cannoneer, while they have almost 300 Mythium on the side of Lucy.
Kind of a cheeky send here. Mimic Brute, mimic the idea, obviously send it to the split to kill these units.
Yeah.
We'll see if his plan actually works, or whether or not it's just the mimic stuck on a Harbinger.
hmm Ashton and Johnny, meanwhile, they do go for the Income King play. Of course, they know
Yeah.
the send is coming. Ashton does go for the Harbinger here. Very, very good online, of course. He's also
Yeah.
bang on value, by the way. 1260 value, wave 9. So he might just do
Yeah.
extremely well.
For sure. Value is
sold-
king.
Ooh, it's Treant here. I like that instead of
Yeah, I think
the.
it's better tank value for sure.
hmm
And the mimic
way
goes
better.
straight onto the tree, so that's a good start.
Oh, well, this priestess is dying instantly here in Johnny C's lane. I mean, he's also on value, by the way, with that
Oh,
13-15, but it
yeah,
looks
he's
like
on
he's just
value,
getting
but that doesn't matter.
I don't know if he has
completely
better units,
overwhelmed.
but I think building Life Finder on 9 cannot be good when you have
No.
that many ranged units.
No. With like
But I
the
think
Life
Ashton
Finder with
is-
nothing for it to heal.
Oh, he's leaking.
Yeah, I mean, Ashton,
I thought he
he's
just
leaking.
fine, but
Just a mimic, but
yeah,
a mimic
that's enough.
nonetheless.
yeah, and that's with the
16 gold out of the
100%
Mimic.
leak from Johnny as well, right? So they're going to take a
Yeah.
Yeah.
decent amount of king damage here on 9.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred even like Sunfang over Life Finder. Sunfang adjust the split to keep his area alive. That sounds much better.
And that's a lot of king damage actually out of
Yeah. I'd say the game kind of just
against
swung.
Falcon. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Jules
Jules.
agrees with you.
Still quite close, though. Jules is saying
Yeah.
it's still just 58% in favour of Barnes Kieran. And that is
Okay.
with
I mean-
Castle and Cartel on the field as well. So Ashton's about to get a big power
Yeah.
spike. Lucy's about to lose a bit of income. This one's still anyone's game, I think, guys.
And
For sure.
Johnny has chaos as well, so Ashton and Butcher, being where they are right now, are in a really good position, I think.
Yeah, I think it's still a really good spot. I mean, it's gonna come down to this creditor venture line. Like, can Lucy
Yeah.
create some sort of advantage? Because she has an advantage right now, but with the income penalty, it's like you want to turn your advantage right now into like a free venture, a free creditor, some sort of advantage over your opponents. I mean, she has a million Mythium as well right now,
Lucy's only. Oh, there, yeah.
and they go for the 12 pressure to
It's
try
not
and
that,
catch someone.
that's more Mythium on Lucy. There's the venture out of Ashton. It has to be Porn Shop out of Johnny, right? Because
Yeah, I don't think you can double econ spell here because someone needs to hold 12.
I
Yeah.
mean, Pawn Shop and Chaos is just an amazing combination anyway, right?
and
So,
exactly we got there's that point to be made as well.
yeah.
Yeah, is Lucy
And now
gonna
we see
venture?
the income,
Oh.
big income swaps like
Mhm.
Drakir 166, Lucy 156, Ashton 227, and Johnny 192.
Yeah.
It isn't reflecting the extra Mythium right now because Drac and Lucy did have the worker advantage.
Yeah, they do have more workers. That's true.
So we'll see what happens after this 12 send. I think it can be really dangerous unless, well, yeah. I mean, the Doppel isn't like a god answer here. I think and the King Claw is pretty good. I'd say it's probably his best bet.
Yeah.
Yep. He just needs tank value, right? And the King Claw
Yeah, so much damage.
gives him that.
Pretty solid bet as well. Like King Claw with Steed is a nice
Drafting the
nice
classic
synergy.
AFK gun to make the wave take 4 years.
They are sending themselves, by the way, on the side of
Yeah,
Ashton
they're
and
trying.
Johnny, so they
I think it's
won't
worth
be
a try
caught
for sure. Look at the value.
unguarded.
Like
Yeah,
Ram,
incomes are looking closer now. I mean, Ashton's
yeah,
still
he's still definitely ahead.
30 ahead of Lucy,
Hmm.
and Johnny is ahead of Drakir. And Johnny's role is gonna mean something.
Yeah.
Definitely some pawn shop action needed here.
I mean, if they survive this, Ashton and Johnny are just in a really good spot, right? Because Ashton has the venture plus all of the castle income. But that's a big if they survive this, because it's looking pretty dangerous here. Ashton's very weak on this wave.
Yeah, I mean Ram into Drac as well is pretty scary,
Mhm.
and he kind of I would say, I don't know if messed up is the right word, but he had his gun solo hitting the Ram.
And still is actually. So
Like you would
that's
rather
very
drag the
bad
Ram
for
left
Drakir.
there.
Lucy, she's doing very well. Ashton, he is getting overwhelmed. Will he be able to kill this first ogre? Yes, but barely.
Yes.
Drakir leaks 77, Ashton leaks 90, and Johnny C, he is
Lucy.
not holding here. 60% for
Lucy
him.
just holds,
Yeah,
or
Lucy-
maybe leaks a very low brew.
This ogre is like,
Yeah,
I am.
wishing it could do damage. Lucy leaks small, but
Yeah.
do they survive this? There's a pretty low HP king, not too many king upgrades.
Yeah,
I think they'll be
Well,
fine.
Ooh,
I
they
think-
are fine, but just barely dropping very, very low here on the side of Balkan Links. 8% king HP remaining, and now the fact that they did survive puts Ashton in such a winning spot, I think.
Yeah.
he's definitely got the best individual spot now, but he does have
Here
that
comes-
king HP problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just got venture gold as well. Like,
I think Drac is just gonna full push into him, or well, they're both pushing extremely hard.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, okay. I mean, you are just gonna send 14 if you see that, right?
but he's pawn shop. It's a
that's
bait.
true.
Oh,
He
that
could
would
be-
be
he
a
could
pretty
be
good
doing a
bait,
little-
actually. Like, if Ashton just saves a bunch of his gold here.
Yeah, I mean, he's shifting 700
Yeah.
gold.
Because Ashton and Johnny, they didn't push
Oh.
workers.
Sorry, 600 gold.
600. Yeah, he just
What a
does
scaredy.
the Iron Maiden.
Oh,
And there's a bit of king regen coming out, so they can regen their health.
yeah. This could be a very masterful bait, actually, from Ashton Butcher, shifting more than 600 gold here on 13. Lucy and Drakir, they did push their workers, and with this egg, it looks kind of promising,
Yeah.
although that's plus 500.
They're gonna try.
They are going to try.
Try pushing a little
Ashton-
extra now.
Ashton's just going to be on insane value, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's minus 800 and he has 1150.
Hmm.
And Johnny can be overvalued if he just sells this egg.
Yeah, and he's not gonna get punished for selling it. Do you want to keep it?
Maybe he's a. I mean, I can see the logic of keeping it as well. Like if you're so sure Ashton's gonna hold here.
But Ashton's building for 15, guys. Uh-oh. He's plus
Yeah.
340,
I
but...
think value is too good. I mean, the send is just not very good at killing an Arcteryx.
Nah,
I think.
true.
Interesting choice to upgrade this Arcteryx instead of the
Yeah.
one behind the tree. And
I mean, killing his tanks is going to be very difficult with two Starcaller buffed Lightfinders, I think.
Yeah. And get the egg.
He did keep the egg, so that will be a leak on Johnny C, I
Yeah, I
think.
mean, Ashton is
Ashton-
like so easily holding.
Yeah, okay. Imagine me doubting his decision to build Lifebinders here. He's very, very easily holding. And actually,
forgetting-
Johnny
you're
C's
forgetting
doing
how-
extremely well as well. He will leak the needle at +1, but it seems their bait was very successful.
you forget how good life binders are with infinite damage reduction out of the Iron Maidens, right?
Yeah, true.
True. He has a lot of good stall, and when you're overvalue.
And now we see some workers being pushed from the side of Ashton and Johnny, while Drakir and Lucy find themselves in a little bit of a pickle.
Yeah, 16 is not looking that good for them. Don't
Although
know if they
Lucy does
can-
just whip out this Phoenix here, so
Yeah, it's solid for sure, but still lacking damage, I feel.
yeah.
But are they gonna see this and just go 17?
I think it's possible. I mean, they have very good values, but they also are
I
very
mean,
pushed.
they are very pushed, but
I don't know that they can skip 16 themselves on the side of Ashton and Johnny. It would be very risky for them to do so.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to see 17 like with Ash. I mean, he has Mudman now, but
Yeah, here
Yeah,
comes the
they're gonna go
Sens. I was
16,
thinking
yeah.
as well, like Drakir just looks really bad on 16 and he's already so undervalued.
yeah, they're
yeah.
gonna go for
And
income
it
thing.
didn't come out of Drakir and Lucy.
Double Needler.
That's a lot of damage.
He goes for the regen first, smart guy. Gives some max chance of living.
hmm So it is Income King and a prayer here from Drakir and Lucy.
Double Needler definitely makes sense here. Seeing
And Chaos
like it's
God
two
Johnny C,
Phoenix.
obviously
Or
rolling
it's Phoenix
Death
and
Cap
two
for away
Sovereigns.
16.
I mean,
Yeah. Man,
that-
values are not the worst.
No, we've seen worse, but the Sens are pretty large as well.
For sure.
880, 960 for Drakir and Lucy, and the Needler straight onto this Phoenix as well. So as soon as they cast, that thing starts to die very, very quickly, and there it goes. The Phoenix is no more. Needler's cast again with this new ramping attack speed ability. They're starting to go absolutely insane in Lucy's lane. Meanwhile, Drakir, he is not holding. That's a 78% leak from him. And Lucy, this is looking very, very deadly now. 128% with the double Needler as well. I think this game is donezo.
Yeah, it don't
yeah, those two
so.
Needlers going ham on the boss now.
They are weaker against the boss now with the new ability, but
Yeah.
one more spell.
weak enough.
Oh, it was close.
So close, so close.
Close, but not quite.
Very close.
So
but,
Balkan Lynx, they do take this series 1-0. Remember, guys, it's a best of 5, so still plenty to play for here from Drakir and Lucy. But yeah, that is Johnny C and Ashton making really quick work of game number 1 here with their Chaos and Castle pairing, which we saw them use really well so far this tournament, actually. A really good pair from those guys.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Is it going to be Fiesta God Johnny C now that we saw in the series against in the previous series, the semi-final, or do you think they're going to try and mix it up a bit, be a bit less predictable?
Yeah, I think I think that would be the natural expectation.
Yeah, but also because it's natural expectation, right?
The next layer of the mind game.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
and it makes it a lot more likely as well that Drakir and Lucy go for those snails here in game 2, I would think. But I
Yeah,
guess
for sure.
we'll find out. So, Offma, what do you think Drakir and Lucy need to do differently this time around?
I mean, I think the early game was not perfect, especially 1 through 3. Like
Mhm.
3 was especially bad because there was no cover as
Yep.
well. So just a little too much mistakes because I think they managed to get their lead lead in the game. They just also, I mean, got outplayed in the mid game. To be
Yeah.
fair, like they still had chances, but the mid game is much harder, especially when Ashton is ahead. You generally have less agency when the other guy is the one who's ahead. Like Ashton was able to make all the plays there.
Mhm.
So I mean, the early game just has to be a bit better, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, fair call, fair call. And remember, that was their early game not being so great while they were playing Cartel Fiesta, right? Two
Yeah.
pretty early game focused masterminds, I think. So, yeah, that might be a bit scary. But now with Chaos and Castle off the field for Balkan Lynx, they might have a few more options. We're about to find out, guys. Game number 2. Let's go.
Another round of defensive late game spells with
For sure.
another pawn shop.
Yeah.
Can see chaos. Maybe not.
Drakir decided that Castle is looking pretty good.
Yeah, especially with Lone and Battle Scars.
And
Yeah,
there's
Johnny
the
C,
Fiesta
Fiesta
God,
God.
Johnny C.
Not really the
Fiesta
greatest
Greed,
Fiesta.
not Fiesta Cartel.
Yeah. I think Cartel is a lot less appealing in a game where there's just 3 economy spells, because it's more likely to go long, right?
Yeah.
So I don't mind Ashton taking the greed here instead of Cartel. I think that's a pretty fine choice.
Yeah, I think maximizing Ashton's late game is always better.
Yeah.
Like, he's already good enough in our late game. He doesn't need the Cartel gold.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now we do have Johnny C going with the Treant, so if there are any reads here from Drakir and Lucy, he's just going to get the free 4 gold from the snail.
Yeah. But I think if you're Castle, you don't really want the snail. Don't think it's that advantageous. Oh, he swapped it up to the cat. Quick, snail.
There's his
Yeah,
snail.
snail.
Okay.
Got him. And Lucy gets the free meal from Johnny.
Yep. So that's just food for her priestess. Or
Her
gun, actually. She
roll is extremely expensive. I imagine she'll
Yeah.
reroll after wave 1.
This roll looks largely unplayable for Lucy as it is. She will have to go for the
Yeah.
early reroll.
Probably just doesn't want to see more tier 1s, so waiting until wave 2.
Yeah. Makes sense. One more spell there from Ashton. And that just looks like a pretty solid cover. So a little bit of king damage, but nothing too bad here.
And they did the King Regen as their upgrader.
So already making use of that. Maximizing their resources.
Yep.
And Johnny stayed 5 workers, so he is preparing for the snail resend here. Gonna be rewarded.
Johnny C Classic.
Yeah.
Fiesta Mastermind.
So you heard it here first, guys. If you're playing against Johnny C, don't snail his cat on 2.
Yeah, but then he's gonna expect.
But then he's going to be 6 workers. Yeah. That's the problem. Alright, so all 4 players should be holding against these snail sends here on 2. Other than Johnny C, who's going to be leaking 2 creeps.
Yep. And 6 workers for everyone besides Lucy. She's not rerolling, so I guess it's fine with building Oathbreaker for next, but. Yeah, I mean, you can you can't have gold thresholds that are 20,
I mean-
100, and 190.
No, it doesn't work, I'm afraid. She might be able to just build an Oathbreaker here, but she is going
Yeah.
to have to reroll at some point very soon.
Sometimes the buy rolls work.
The Bill Gates rolls. Just perfect gold every wave.
Yeah.
Johnny going for 6 stacks in his cat, playing pretty safe, I would say. No 7 workers randomly.
We do have the triple snail send here against Lucy. No snail to be added into Drakir's build, of course. He's very strong there.
Oh,
with
that's really
Drakir's-
nice. No snails on the Oathbreaker with this
Yeah.
positioning.
Oh, and now the gun just completely
Yeah.
ignores the snails, so 0 tank value
Nasty.
from those bad boys. Easy
Oh my
hold.
god.
Yeah, that's a juicer.
Oathbreaker God.
And look at this, by the way. If Ashton had added the snail, this might have been a pretty bad leak for Ashton.
Yeah.
For Drakir.
Yeah. Playing greedy with Castle.
Mhm.
Always important in the early game. And wow, Drac just going for the long save into Johnny.
Yeah.
Saw that Johnny's actually 6 workers and just said like, yeah, you can stay 6 workers for a while. I don't know if we're gonna see that 240 on 6, but still keeping Johnny down and giving Lucy some space.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job there, and importantly, denying any kind of Fiesta play there from Johnny, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's
That's
like
just how you do it. Just
Yeah.
constantly starve him.
Can't afford to pro league if they're under threat of receiving 100 Mythium on any given wave.
Yeah, I mean it's a like pretty big mix-up, right? Because like if Johnny goes 7 workers there, then he's winning that mix-up. But he stays 6, then it's really favorable for Drakir.
Yeah.
And he's going double brute here.
Double brute on 5, very, very deadly here. Johnny C, what is your answer? Well, he has got this tree, which will be very good
Something.
value, actually.
3 plus buckler. I mean that is really good gold.
Yep, he's 515 value, and yeah, really good tank value with the fully buffed tree and the golden buckler, and the Seraphim is just really good damage, of course, to kill the Scorpion.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the Seraphim go to like 200 HP, right?
Yeah.
And then the boss dies.
Yeah, for sure. I mean the cat
And then
is
it's
more
just-
than enough damage.
Yeah. The 7-stack cat is actually very good on wave 5 as well. It has really good thresholds against the wave creeps.
Yeah.
3 shots.
Yeah, perfect.
Luckily, the
35% HP
double brute
remaining.
is very good against when you put all your gold into one unit. But
Yeah, that's true.
probably doing very good.
I mean, he's doing
I
extremely
mean, probably,
well
probably
here.
a nice. Well,
One
two
more?
brutes.
Yep.
Two brutes leaking. That's 33%
Got him.
of 140 cent.
Absolute beast of a Fiesta leak there from Fiesta God. Johnny C showing us once again why he's earned this nickname.
Yeah, the king.
And we have a very close game on our hands.
Yeah. Been kind of sneaking a little bit away from everyone. 11 workers now. Playing very risky here, though.
Oh, 12.
Minus 100.
Just Ashton things, right?
I mean, minus 100 with, like, I mean, these units are good, but definitely potential for something bad to happen with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he question marking his own.
Well, the Seraphim
See if-
needs to live, and I'm just not sure if it will.
Yeah, and Lucy still
No.
hasn't rerolled. So now overbuilding to get this guy. See how it goes. I'm receiving a brute, but not brute plus robo.
Couldn't
So
quite afford the robo there for Johnny C. And this Oathbreaker final form is tanking way too much, I think, here.
I think
No,
it's
no,
more,
it's-
it just does so much
Oh, it's
damage.
yeah, never mind. Okay, I take it back. That thing's absolutely insane. Holy.
It's another Oathbreaker god.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Drakea is going to be leaking quite decently
50.
to the Dino Snail.
Yeah.
So,
And this is while Ashton is playing minus 100. Push
Uh-huh.
2 more workers, by the way.
absolute beast. Push 2 workers
is-
to the Fiend, leaks a single creep. Nice long waves for the 13 workers. This is going to be another Ashton problem, I think, in this game.
Yeah. I mean, there might also be a Lucy problem this game, to be fair.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
I mean, Drakea's behind right now, of course, but he is on that castle, so it's not like he's completely out of the game just yet.
I mean, he's kept Johnny down.
Yep.
I mean, obviously Johnny's a little ahead of him, two more workers, but that's with the cap power spec, right? And he is pressuring 8, where Johnny is not looking too good. We know he has an archer, but, you know, if this is a long wave and you get to pack or something like that, it can be kind of dangerous still.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen that pack
Wow.
be absolutely
Look at these
deadly so
values.
far this tournament. Yeah.
Fast
risky
and aggressive
papies in
gameplay.
this game.
Yeah, and Ashton kind of banking all on this Coiler to carry him on wave 8, and Lucy is going to try him.
She does stick out the mole. Pretty good to counter a coiler, of course.
Looks like a mole and a friend, probably.
Yeah. Not just good
And-
to counter the coiler, by the way, but the mole, if like the Cage
Yeah.
of Pain just gets stuck on it, it will never cast its spell on the wave.
Yeah.
And
And
here we
packs
have
for
the-
everyone else.
Deadly pack leaders
Pack.
on 8, yeah.
I mean-
Triple pack.
It's a crazy game. Everyone is very undervalued. And no one has good units here, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big king damage incoming on both
I'm not gonna
sides.
say... I don't even know who's best suited for this wave. I mean, maybe Johnny?
Ooh,
Oh,
Ashton reading
with
the mole.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Serpent added, that actually makes a pretty big difference if he can two-shot the creeps now.
For sure, but the thing is, it's not guaranteed, because sometimes the Coilers are stupid and don't hit the
Yeah,
same
they,
thing.
Yeah.
they don't go the same way.
Alright, I mean, we've got pretty much 2
He's
on
gonna
the
go
for
the same way.
every
He got the
play.
casket
Oh,
on
the
the
casket
wave, so
straight
it
on the
doesn't
wave is
matter.
huge, actually, because now the coiler can two-shot
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah,
There
so
was
maybe
no-
instead of
there
this
was no-
Robo, but
yeah,
I mean,
just
wow.
Oh, does kill them all, but actually still going to be a pretty
Yeah,
big leak
wow.
there. Meanwhile, Drakea 87,
everyone leaking.
Lucy 51, Ashton 73, Johnny 50. This is a proper fiesta here.
Yeah, we didn't quite get the pack
Slight
in this
win,
lane.
slight win for Balkan though, and there's the pack that reaches the
Yeah,
boss.
I
and
think
that's
so.
gonna mean much more damage.
Vulcan also have that regen, which Bonus Kieran do not.
I would
Yeah.
imagine it might get.
And spell instead of
Yeah, definitely a favorable outcome. Ashton on
Yeah.
fire now.
Oh, Drakea
Here,
can't wait
11
for his
workers.
Castle of Power spike long enough. This is
Yeah,
starting to
but,
look quite bad for him.
it's not gonna matter. I think like
You think
being
he's just
so
too
far
little,
behind
too
on
late?
workers. Yeah. At most, it'll help him catch up in income to the
Yeah.
rest. But then he's still behind on workers.
He's behind on workers, although Lucy is in a pretty good spot there herself with 18.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is
the thing
30 to
is-
31 workers in total.
Both kings are actually very fragile. So I mean, I think like it's still very, it's not very guaranteed. Like if you have,
Yeah.
if everyone wants 100 HP full king, like then you would say like, yeah, it's pretty obvious who's gonna win now. But these king HPs, anything can happen.
We do have full sends coming out on 10 actually from all of the players, apart from Ashton, who's
think
just
he
going
makes-
for income. So maybe he can pop on
Yeah.
some king attacks as well.
Yeah, I mean, we have the archer, but nothing really good besides the archer.
Yeah,
the
and
send
the
is
mold
pretty
is very
small
good
though.
against that.
But it's 2 Daphnes, 2 archers. There is an antler. And the Iron Maiden has a lot of HP as well, so that might guarantee the
Mhm.
extra sense from the gate guards, and then yeah, the Daphne smurfing, like,
Yeah.
and the dinos probably are the best send here.
Mhm. I will say this ogre send versus Ashton doesn't look that good to me, considering coilers are his main threat. Like, would rather, I think, unless this ogre is gonna tank.
Oh,
I guess
the
he
ogre
is.
is going to tank, but I don't know if that's too good because it's going to die very, very quickly. Ashton is on a 25 gold shutdown though, so a leak here would be very nice for Drakir and Lucy, and it looks like he will, but
Wow.
Lucy's leaking herself there, 81%. Johnny C getting a very
17%,
clean Fiesta
19%.
there, but Ashton leaking too. So Balkan
Oh, but
Links, they
Ashton-
will be losing some decent king HP here.
Yeah, Drakir
Ashton didn't
holding
add
though.
the king attack though.
No, he didn't do any, yeah, you're right. So they're going to take a big amount of damage here. But
Full send.
so will Lucy and Drakir, because Drakir leaked
Yeah.
massive here. I mean, Lucy leaked massive.
I mean, you could see something crazy like lone full push with an aggressive play in mind, but
Drakir and
maybe
Lucy going
something
for the
like-
income here, and some regen.
yeah.
It's interesting how Jules is really favoring the Balkan squad.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
mean, I
really
think
heavily in their
they're-
favour.
I think they're ahead. I don't know if they're that far ahead. I mean, again, these king HPs being so low.
Yeah, anything can happen here.
Like, obviously, Drac has no workers, but, no. Things can still happen. I
Mhm.
mean, Johnny legit has no 13 answer, no 15 answer. Like, he's just dead as soon as this game reaches those waves.
Yeah.
Little reroll.
Ashton has the Doomsday, though, that he's just picked up.
Yeah.
So he's very good at covering those wave 13, 14 that Johnny's going to struggle with.
I think you want to see 13. I mean, you want to get to 15 ideally against those rolls, but
Yeah.
they have way more pressure on the right side.
They popped a few regen of their own on the side of Barnes Kieran, so they will stay in the King HP lead that way.
I mean, Drac is playing for a hold on 13, I would assume. But if they skip 13, then the plan is not looking as solid.
And Drakir's plus value here. Lucy's very close. Johnny's also pretty close, and Ashton's about 100 behind as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to shift here for the Doomsday. Johnny is just, yeah, I mean, this build doesn't go anywhere after early game, so...
Yeah. Yeah, bit of a sad late game roll there for Johnny C. Indeed.
Yeah.
Ashton's is solid, of course, but
Yeah, it's definitely not as crazy as some of the rolls he's gone, but definitely respectable.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, late game wise, Lucy probably has best late game, but I don't know if we're getting there. And in this mid game, Drakir's role is actually very nice. Like, Phoenix is just such a powerful unit.
there's no way they send here on 13 though, right? Johnny and Ashton are definitely going to save now. So
Yeah,
Drakir's plus
for
15.
sure.
Yeah, they
Like,
do.
Johnny should be, I mean, he should be saying that he's not really, like, getting pressured, but also it's not a guarantee he can hold even on value. Like, the units are just very, very bad.
Yeah, yeah. And
he's
I mean, he's
looking
just
really
dead on
terrible here.
14, right? Like, sure,
Yeah.
he has one Trinity Archer, but the rest of his units are absolute dead value on 14.
It's all on Ashton.
Yeah.
And I mean, Drac is going to be very close to value. Ashton is going to send the most probably. So kinda
Ashton
comes down
actually
to
is the-
Drac.
Sure, Ashton has the Doomsday for 14, but he has no tank value.
Yeah, like he's going to have like. I mean,
He has got
Iron
that
Maidens.
casket in his role, though, so, like,
Yeah.
one or two full Iron Maidens.
pretty solid like AOE combos.
Yeah.
He's going to
Yeah, that's
try.
true.
double GK into Ashton, presumably.
And we have the Needlers coming out on the side of Johnny and Ashton themselves.
Yeah.
Looking very good actually against the Phoenix and the Badger Sovereign here from Lucy.
Actually,
Luke
this
didn't
Iron
get
Maiden getting battle scars is not even bad for 14.
Yeah, I mean, that's
No.
a very healthy Iron Maiden there, 4.6k. It's gained 1000 HP over the base model.
Lucy didn't get the second Ghost Knight with income.
That's pretty
Yeah.
sad.
I mean,
That's-
Ashton actually has lower split right now. I don't know if he yeah,
He's gonna
I mean,
he sells a poly.
Yeah.
No, he just adds Howler up here.
He does need this Doomsday not to tank too much though, because that's basically all of his damage on the way.
oh, she got the second GK anyway, so it
Oh,
doesn't
it's
matter.
looking really
Yeah.
nice actually. Very solid split tanking
Yeah.
here from the Butcher.
Doomsday losing 1400 HP.
Yeah,
It's like one of those situations I almost wonder if just double GK is just not wrong. Too slow, like you need more damage.
The
Yeah.
Maidens die very quickly though, but yeah, I mean, Ashton is just
Double hold.
smurfing on this wave. That's a hold from him. Johnny, as expected, leaking decently. Lucy and Drakia both doing well, but still leaking the Needlers. So Barnes
and they
Kieran,
have
they
no
may
attack.
yet survive this, but they only have the 2 King attacks. Meanwhile, Ashton is going to be able to
I
cover that.
don't
and,
see them surviving the Needlers. Do they?
I think they're just not that good against the King now with how the new ability works. So yeah, it looks like Barnes Kieran will be surviving this, just barely, dropping very low here, down to 13%.
Yeah, the problem was like Drac was committed to this no worker idea, and yeah, I mean he didn't hold, so they're just super far behind.
Yeah. And now it's looking pretty definite where the game is going.
Yeah, I mean they look like they're trying something. They're both super duper pushing, presumably for 16.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, they're going for the resend here on 15. That's
Oh.
very cheeky. Ashton's plus 250 though.
And
But
Johnny is on value.
Johnny's reading it like he unhunted
Yeah.
one of his rats.
Oh, and the Boom Tree's both on the wave. So I think even Johnny's going to be able to hold this one.
Yeah,
And now the Trinity's just gonna smurf on the boss.
Yeah. Ashton with his plus 250, of course, very easily holding the post-income send. Yeah, that was just
you kinda-
amazing split tanking from him. Really, really nice. Johnny actually
Man,
leaks quite a
Arthur
lot.
is so bad.
Yeah, he leaks a lot of percentage, but
Yeah,
the
it's all super
Quadra
low.
was
Yeah.
at 1000 HP when it's gonna get down there.
A nice try there, though, from the side of Drakir and Lucy.
Yeah, I
They
think so.
feel like they're behind in the game, so they go for a heavy push, resend. Like, high risk, high reward play.
Yeah, I mean, if Fashion didn't full build here, he might have actually leaked.
Yep. Or if they both pushed really hard for a 16 send, for example.
Yeah.
Minor king damage here is not really gonna matter.
Yeah. Speaking of 16 sends, here it comes. We've got the Needlers, we've got the Pack Leaders, the Four Eyes, and Drakir and Lucy, they're trying their luck again. But I think this is only going to go one way, guys.
Yeah, I think so.
And by the way, Johnny C's roll that we were talking about dropping off, actually really, really good on 16.
No bad units.
I mean, I think Royal Guards like really fall off in terms of the value, but I mean it is good typing.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah. Not the like best units, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
Decent. Decent enough. It is a tier 2 unit.
Yeah. All right. Well, with Drakir and Lucy both receiving 800 and 700 respectively, I think they are going to be donezo here, and that does mean that Balkan Lynx looks like they're 2-0 in advantage in this grand finals. This is looking
Yeah.
really good if you're an Ashton fan. Yeah, Johnny C leaks pretty big, but
Johnny
Ashton's
leaking
holding.
big, but it doesn't matter. Ashton
doesn't
is
matter.
holding.
Yeah. And Barnes Kieran with these big leaks here on wave 16. I think the 18% HP King is not quite going to be able to survive this time.
Not quite.
defeat.
Wow. Okay, so Balkan Lynx 2-0 in the lead here in our grand finals. That is Fiesta gone for Johnny C though, so we'll have to see what masterminds they resort to as we go into the next game. Remember, they only need one more win here for Johnny and Ashton to claim this month's prize. Drakir and Lucy, they must be feeling under pressure now. I mean, what do you think? Like, how are these guys going to come back into the series? They need a reverse sweep at this point if they want to win.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
some of the strongest mastermind options are out of the game for Balkan.
Yep.
So
Yeah, the games are definitely harder, but yeah, I mean, I think Johnny and Ashton have stuff left to play for sure.
Yeah.
there's still Megamind, of course. Megamind Fiesta for Johnny.
Yeah, true. I mean, he can just Megamind into one of his favourite things, but that is definitely worth thinking about. The fact that Johnny has now used up both of his kind of trademark masterminds. The Chaos is gone, the Fiesta is gone, and this might be one of those cases where we start to see the tournament experience come to its forte, right? Because Drakir and Lucy, obviously, they know all about Conquest format. They've won multiple Nova Cups in their time. Johnny C, this is the first time I think he's ever been to the grand final, if he's even played Nova at all. So, yeah, no, he has definitely played before, but I don't know if he's made it to the final or not when he played with Sagittarius. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Um,
Wait, did they? No, wait. I forget if they did a semis or a final.
Hey, if you can't remember, I've got no chance, man. I'm way too old for this stuff. But we'll have to see, because, again, he has used his two favourite masterminds. Is he going to be adaptable enough to now win with a third, less preferred playstyle? Or will he be able to get reverse swept now by Drakir and Lucy, who do have that wealth of tournament experience?
Oh, they made the finals against Atrocity and Drakir.
Okay, so they have been in the finals, but yeah. So we'll have to see which way this is going to go.
I think having Ashton on your team is a huge upgrade, because even if Sagittarius is a really strong player, he's just less experienced.
Mm.
Like Ashton
Yeah.
has won so many times before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just having that experience in a tense game could just mean all the difference.
Yeah, for sure. And they've got to be riding high right now, right? Like, they're on the
Yeah.
back of a 2-0 lead. Their morale is going to be high. Everything is in their favor right now, other than their mastermind selection. So, but if anyone can reverse sweep,
Yeah,
Drakir and Lucy have the skills to pay
They're
the
gonna
bills.
be fine, I think. Like redraw is there, which is a strong option still.
Yeah.
It's not like Chaos,
Yeah, it is. It is.
and you can always go for a Megamind in a couple of games.
Mhm.
I mean,
Just
they
to see
still
where
have
it takes
Cartel
you.
open as well.
Well,
Yeah,
guys, we're
they-
about
they
to
have
find
options.
out. It is 2-0 in favor of Balkan Lynx. Remember, they only need one
Divine
more win.
Fiesta. You
Oh, I
genius.
called it. I called it.
Double lock-in Grawl egg, but with Fiesta?
Yeah, that makes it
Eh?
much less good, right?
But it is the Megamind Fiesta, but like they cannot know that Johnny has Fiesta, so he might just like he could place, I don't know.
We could start Tree, I guess, and they would not. They would definitely not think to snail him.
Yeah.
Or he could also just try like Gargoyle on one.
He could
Yeah,
just
just do
play
something
a bit
passive,
more
yeah.
normally as well, right? Knowing that
Yeah,
his
just play
teammates playing
normal
eggs.
and then just start leaking small from like wave 4 or something.
Yeah.
Like that would be a huge play for them.
So, what if Ashton just doesn't play Grawl egg?
He has to with that roll, doesn't he?
FC
Oh,
Lucy
no Gargoyle
now
on one.
with the Fiesta Bazooka.
Wait.
We'll have to see if she leaks like this.
Didn't
because
Johnny
we did
just do
see-
this? He did the polys lower, I guess.
Yeah. And Johnny did go for that tree, so yeah, maybe just playing to hold the first couple of waves. Problem is, Lucy's on the Fiesta, and she is not going to give them a chance to have short waves. This will be a pro leak from her, wave 1, unless...
No, it's
No, it's another failed Fiesta. We saw Johnny do the same, right?
yeah.
I-
You cannot put 2 polys.
I mean, we saw Johnny do the exact same opener.
And
work.
like if it doesn't leak 1 with the typing, I don't think it's leaking 2 either because
Oh well, this I think this pro leaks on 2. Not sure though. We'll see.
Oh yeah. I think Johnny leaked on 2 with it.
Yeah. Well, Johnny added a slime and got snailed. And here we don't have a snail, but we don't have an ad, so I would assume it also leaks. Just way too low value.
And Ashton does get a king up here, so he should
The
have a
typing
free
isn't
egg.
right.
It is a pretty decent Fiesta here from Lucy, causing that long wave. Very good, of course, against the exact player.
What does Ashton have? Does he get? Is Ashton just pushing? He's pushing to 3, so he might not just. Is he going to hold it? Try to hold
Yeah,
it.
big 2 bazookas, I guess. One ranger. I mean, Drakir looks like he wants to go after Income Robo here.
He might.
I mean, pretty sure that breaks it.
With only one ranger, yeah, it will,
Yeah.
right? 2
think so.
bazookas, maybe not.
I have no idea.
I mean, 2 bazookas is a lot more damage than 1 ranger, right?
yeah. I mean, it's all just more value straight up.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like the Robo's gonna do the work. Ashton maybe kicking himself. He didn't go for the double bazooka. Oh,
I mean,
that's
the-
very painful, actually. Very, very
The
painful.
king up to bait someone. And Lucy playing super aggressive and
Mhm.
getting good fiestas because of that as well.
Really good presence of mind there from Drakir to go for the post-income Robo. They do leak themselves. They will be taking minor king damage here on wave 3, but that's a small price.
70% win rate,
Yeah,
and it's wave 3. What?
I mean, it's a very small price to pay, isn't it, for breaking
Yeah.
that egg here for Ashton?
I think like the reason it's like that is because
Oh,
double
okay.
login starts with what 245
I think-
goals. That's 5 less, and then you also lose 13 from the Grawl.
Yeah.
I mean, the win, it's back to normal. I think it was just like, before that egg hatches, it just looks
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah. Oh, that's so painful, though, for Ashton. Losing his egg there to the post-income Robo.
Yeah, it's rough. And Johnny's going to try another send here, but I mean, versus Howlers, I think it's,
A little bit
Oh.
opium.
yeah. Those guys are kind of beasts on this wave, especially if you know how to use their passive.
Oh, man. The Robo is very good damage at killing Howlers, though.
That's fair.
And Tempest
but
is
look
dead
at
value here
Tempest
as well.
taking.
Oh, very, very nice split tanking, however,
Yeah.
from Drakir.
Even the Tempest just tanked perfectly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Johnny himself is actually taking a pretty reasonable leak. Like, I mean, minus 100, I guess. Like, you know,
Yeah, he'll take it.
can't forget he is actually Fiesta this game, believe
Yep.
it or not.
With the Megamind.
But this early game is looking a lot better. And obviously, the one stack egg is just way more fragile. You can see Drak is already trying to break it,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll work, I'm pretty sure. Double Robo here.
It's really going to be interesting to see if the Siren will get to full mana here. Because Johnny's looking pretty decent if it does, but
Yeah.
but
Double Robo into Ashton, who hasn't been building anything since wave 3. This should
Yeah.
be a decent leak, I think.
this
Yeah, I
is a
think he
huge
was
leak.
surprised. Well, he actually gets to kill the Robo, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's nice.
Which is
Yeah.
He kills both Robos, right? That's actually
actually
very
a
good
lot
for
of
him.
gold. Yeah.
What a beast.
And Johnny holding.
Yeah.
But-
Lucy leaking a little bit, but
Yeah, perfect
that's
Fiesta.
Fiesta.
Oh, Ashton 67%. That's definitely not
Yeah.
perfect for him.
I mean, killing 2 Robos and then still leaking 80% is
Yeah.
rough.
He got some pretty bad focus on the Scorpions, it looks like.
Yeah, no focus fire from the small guys.
Not too much king damage though, with all the power mercs
Yeah.
dead. And more resend coming out here on wave 6. Only income though this time.
Yeah. Ashton has a kind of a hard choice. I mean, is he willing to risk prepping 7 with a casket here, even though he just leaked?
He can't shift, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is definite. That is definitely true.
He's going to leak massively if he goes for a shift here.
He is gonna risk it, and I mean Drac just incomed him, so
Yeah.
Ashen has been question marking his lane again. I mean, I don't know, is this one fiend just too much? Like
Oh,
it's
meanwhile,
really, really bad value.
Lucy minus 155, receiving
Yeah.
double lizard here. That should be a bit of a leak from her.
It's the classic
but-
Zeus Fiesta, you just legit suicide after 5 every time.
No, like look at Lucy.
Oh wait, she's
Yeah.
just
Such a good
holding.
unit. It's just holding.
Yeah.
Very fog. And here comes that
'Cause
mimic.
it's Zeus.
Yep. Poor Johnny. He has that no mimic answer, but I mean he can spam trees. That's probably what he'll go for. And
And-
this does not help his cause though.
Yeah, a nice long wave.
I mean, it's a hold,
Whoa!
so that's something.
He's gonna try Brute into Iron Maiden? Isn't that crazy?
That is a little bit crazy, yeah. I mean, I do expect Ashton to just easily hold this, but Johnny might just be leaking so much that
Oh,
they
he
want to
goes
get some
Boom
king
Tree.
damage in, right? So trying to weaken Ashton as much as possible.
Maybe his gold is bad, but I would assume double trees. I guess he turns a bad tree into... gets rid of the bad tree value, but I think having 2 fresh trees is also just so much
Yeah.
value. So double Brood into Ashton here.
Oh,
mean-
this mimic is farming those rats as well, and the slime mommy
Yeah.
as well. Tons of gold on this bad boy. Oh, gets the boom tree too. And the
Now it's
Daphne,
just a small
holy
one.
moly, this thing is cooking.
Yeah.
24,
Yes,
27,
nice.
30, 33.
33
Wait.
gold. Ashton
The
is
Brutes?
holding though, so that's pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Lucy leaks small to the income send. Drakir,
That's
he's
holding.
holding the snails.
I mean, this is a much, much better early game.
Yeah.
But also maybe brought on by the fact that we have some very bad early games from the other side. And wow, just more food in the middle.
39 gold on that mimic, and a decent little bit of king damage as well.
That's the gold when it dies and the king damage. That mimic probably gained them what, like 60 gold or something?
Yeah, true.
Or 70?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
include
so-
the pillage and the bounty.
Yeah.
Alright, Ashton and Johnny now playing very much on value, while Drakir and
Yep.
Lucy, they're favouring the push instead, it seems.
Yeah, for sure.
Ricky and Lucy are really pulling ahead in the income, right?
Ooh, Lucy actually trying a full send here with snails. I think you're just hoping the slime mummy gets picked off before, but I don't
Oh.
think so.
Look at the Daphne.
Yeah,
This is Lucy's or Johnny. Full holding here.
yeah, you should try and-
Definitely full holding. That damage.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's an
that's
easy
free
hold there
knowledge.
from Johnny. Lucy, she's holding as well against the Fiends, with the addition of that Gatling gun.
No Fiesta got this game from Johnny though.
No.
Yeah, I mean, not being able to fiesta on one because you're teaming as an egg is just.
Yeah,
not ideal.
the double lock in Growl was a bit
I
bit
guess
premature.
he clicked it at the same time that Johnny clicked Megamind, and he didn't see it was Fiesta until too late.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
late, yeah.
But that's what I mean by it being premature. Like you
Mm,
wait
yeah.
and see.
You got it. Yeah,
What-
you have to
Oh,
know.
okay. My teammate wants to Mega Mind. What kind of role does he get? Or what? Yeah.
Boosted Orchid versus this pack Brutson on 9. I mean, Boosted Orchid is definitely a beast here. See if it can stay safe or if it's gonna end up
It
getting
does
stuck.
stay somewhat safe. Now it takes
it's
a bit of
split
damage,
tanking.
but that's just perfect tanking.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, really nice.
Very, very juicy from him. I mean, he's on
Maybe
value
he
as
can't
well,
kill
right?
the. Maybe he can't kill the pack. Lucy leaking there is not as good considering.
No.
It's getting this send, but
I think he doesn't
I don't.
quite have the
pack,
damage to
pack
kill the
lives.
come on. Ah.
pack. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, respectable effort. I mean, obviously, it would be ideal if Lucy could cover here, but not too bad.
Yeah. They saved their Mythium here though, right? So now
Mhm.
they have a
Yeah.
pretty decent pressure lead with Lucy going for a full
Wow.
send here on wave 10 into Yoni C.
I would have thought they just want 11, but
Yeah, like Siege Rounds would have
Johnny-
been so good against Lucy's Johnny's build here on 11.
yeah, I guess.
Johnny has that weird mix of really good and really bad units for this wave.
Yeah,
Oh, but there's
with
the
the
Halo
Halo.
and
Yeah, full
and
prepping here.
Daphne. Yeah.
I mean, he could have also went for a gamble with like pre-building a bunk, but
Yeah.
I mean, they built up Daphne's. Yeah. In my mind, I thought it would always be 11, but Lucy is very pushed, so felt like she had a send. So Lucy getting a full send for herself. I mean, more brutes now. I think she's actually going to leak pretty decently to this.
Blind Mommy does not reach full mana. Yeah, Johnny is going to be leaking a lot here. Ashton, that does look like an easy hold from him. Drakir, that's a hold as well. 75% for Johnny meanwhile. And Lucy, that's a 59% for her. So both
Yep.
Fiesta players leaking, but a bigger leak on the side of Johnny.
Yeah, and much better cover from Drakir.
Yeah, and kind of
Disciples are so strong at
Mhm.
covering.
resend into Johnny actually looks pretty nice. See if they just want to play for like a more consistent, like just go 13 type of play, but yeah, she's going for a full
There is the resend.
Oops. With
Rebels.
PTA.
Full resend
Yeah.
from both. There are
Johnny
some
here.
good defensive options though with Titan and GA.
Yeah.
Titan
They
on
go
a bump.
double
Gonna be-
PTA.
Is GA on the Tree of Knowledge worth it?
Doesn't have the broken interaction anymore, where it gets like
Oh.
2 boom, or like it doesn't like keep his mana.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But it's probably still his best like defensive option. Like it's the max. It's like 100, 1,500 of fortified is still his best defensive spell.
Yeah.
Johnny goes PTA King ups. That's
Oh.
another defensive spell.
Vulcan Links are reading this though, so they
Yeah.
take the Income King route here. And the Priestess.
Priestess, though.
Oh, it dies way too quickly. That's
Ah,
bad
it's
for Ashton.
Yeah,
Did we
has
get a
some-
second spell off?
Yeah.
Has some backup like damage, but yeah, now the front line is just completely gone.
Johnny's leaking everything here.
Wow.
That's 90% for him. Ashton not doing much better, honestly. This is
Big
dangerous
mistake,
now for
yeah.
Vulcan Links. 65%.
They have full spell, 6 region, 3 attack. So,
Yeah.
But now they're looking very dead on 14.
Yeah.
And
but that's questionable.
Oh, the treasure hunt is really bad here. Yeah, maybe they clearly
Yeah,
weren't
I mean-
expecting the full resend.
No. I mean, the pack rat is really bad here, but maybe it kills another unit or something.
Yeah, he probably
Yeah.
gets at least one more summon on the Lord of Death, right? Like it's these little things that
something
all
like
add
that,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you go egg here for sure to try and prevent 14, but
Mhm.
I don't think a fully hatched Hydra is saving this build. I mean, with OT, it's a lot of value to be fair, but not really sure
Okay.
what Johnny can do. He legit has no good. I mean, like Haven is good, but I mean, Haven in the split is also splitting his damage, so it's not like the Haven is providing a lot of DPS on the same units.
And now he doesn't dare hunt, by the way.
Yeah, I think because Ashen egged here.
Yeah.
Is Ashen even gonna be able to? He's holding no send, right?
He's holding no send, yeah.
Gets the second summon off with the Gate Guard.
And it is a Titan Priestess, so it hasn't been upgraded yet, but the Titan gives it a lot of
Oh.
extra staying power. Okay.
Income sent
Crazy.
out of Ashton, full sent out of Johnny.
I mean, they are pretty undervalued here, and we are building for next wave.
Okay, I can see why that's an
and-
income send from Ashton, but
I mean, yeah, this could work. I mean, Drac is probably leaking and giving some gold over.
Mhm.
Problem is, he is extremely
Yeah.
pushed to try and break Ashen on 14.
yeah.
There's kind of like two thoughts, right? Like, if someone eggs, it's either like you think you need to break them anyways on 14, then you can push really hard, or your teammate can push really hard because they have an egg sending them.
Yeah. And let's keep eyes on Drakir. He's minus 450 value, receiving a 400 full send here. The Adja is very good tank mode here, but the Orchid is dying really quickly, and that's his main source of damage. This does look like a pretty good leak here from Drakir, but Lucy, of course, only receiving income, will be able to hold and cover, so the 83% leak is kind of neither here nor there, and here comes the big counterpunch now from Drakir and Lucy. We see the Ram, we see the Mole, double Ogre on the table as well from Lucy. Ashton and Johnny, they're in danger here, guys.
Yeah, the send only matters if that gold can actually give Johnny a way to hold. mean, he has very good value, so maybe.
Where's the Ocean Templar? There are more Iron Maidens
definitely-
coming.
Definitely a lot of
Simplification Pain.
juice and a lot of value, but also a lot of Mythium, as it turns out.
Also, this split has a lot of dead value.
Hmm. He needs to build here. He needs to add the 2 bazookas. Like, you can't be...
Yeah, I think he's thinking about his split.
Okay, he's just gone for
Oh.
a stack on the Iron Maiden. Okay, I like that.
That's probably the best you can do here.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
and the
Ooh, he
All the
is kind
Aziria's
of hitting
not
the
tanking
ram
nearly
now.
enough, though.
Oh,
That's very
yeah.
wasted value.
units in the back killing the ram.
Azeri's doing work. The Maidens are still casting. This one's still alive. One more spell, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashton.
Looks like a
Ashton is doing Ashton
Another
things.
spell, more damage from the back. Johnny not doing good though, but Ashton.
But Ashton is holding.
Yeah, that's just a full hold. And it's only 3 ogres and a
Yeah.
single slug.
Yeah, I mean, gives him a chance. Obviously, Lucy and Drac are very pushed still.
Yeah. So 3 ogres hitting the king. Yeah, that goes the
It
slug.
looks like they're committing for 16, where Johnny and Ashton do not look very good. Obviously, Ashton has Pyros as maybe a way out.
Hmm.
Pyros with the amount of AoE he already has with the Maidens.
Well, Dragia has this unit himself, so he definitely has options there.
And Daphne Pyro is pretty strong as well.
Yeah.
Adding
No,
the damage.
you can't do
Whoa.
this, I think.
Calm down. Unless, I mean, they're technically like tank value for the Pyros if you keep the Pyros back. I don't know. Probably not.
You're
with
not
the
gonna
Azira
you're not
here.
gonna keep the Pyro back yet.
Hmm.
It's a little caster unit in front.
It's a little
Yeah, that-
crazy from Ash. I won't
Yeah,
lie.
I don't know that I love this double egg play here from
I
Ashton.
mean, he is.
But look
prepping,
at
like-
Johnny just adding 3 scallywags here.
It's a little kooky. I think once they see that, Drac and Lucy might push a little bit.
Yeah, because that signals that maybe they don't want to send 16.
Yeah, Drac is pushed a
Yeah,
couple.
Drag is pushing.
Not like suing or anything, but just a little extra.
Oh, but they skip.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, there's income from Aston Johnny. And there,
That is some crazy stuff happening. What?
I mean, looking at what
They want
they've been
18
doing
then?
now,
Or
I mean, they're looking pretty bad 17 now because they're so focused on 16. I mean,
But
okay, the 2 eggs are coming out.
Hatching 2 eggs is surely enough.
Yeah, but what damage? I mean, okay, there are 2 Daphnes and a Zeus. But, like,
I think
Ashton has no
Daphne's
damage.
is probably enough, honestly.
418.
Like, he's overvalued here without his eggs hatch.
Yeah.
So, I think you have to skip 17, but... Also, Lucy is looking very bad on 18 herself. I guess Drac will be able to hold 18 no problem.
Yeah, Drakia is very good on 18, but he's also going to be very undervalued because he's continuing to push here.
Yeah, he's just turbo pushing while leaking to income.
Yeah, Drakia's leaking.
Yeah, that's a Drake
Right.
shame. He goes
Oh,
for the
they are
17
good.
send.
Whoa, wait, what?
But Ashton's just
Yeah.
going to have 2 eggs pop in here.
I mean, I guess they're
Yeah.
assuming that Ashton and Johnny won't send here.
It's just an income send, right? So, why would they send?
Yeah, they don't
I mean,
send.
he does have that value thing.
Yeah. Not amazing here, though.
Actually,
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
I
a little
think-
overvalued, but
Like, all of his
Pretty
units
poor.
are fine here, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Azir-
Azuria is a dead unit, but...
the serious dead unit, Pyro.
I mean, I think the Pyro... Like, he has enough AoE where, like, the Pyro... Like, enough AoE, enough frontline where the Pyros aren't, like, useless. But, let's see, I mean, see the power of value versus the power of Mythium here.
Mhm.
Yeah. 5 ogres to kill the Havens. Let's just hope some of the wave is remaining to kill the Scallywags.
Alright, Ashton is plus 30. Let's keep eyes on his Aziria. It is tanking
Man, guys, nerfing
decently
pretty hard.
without dying, so that's very, very good
Yeah.
from him.
It's just tanking 2 witches and
Yeah.
some Froggo.
Yeah, really nice. The Iron
Well,
Maidens
that-
as well, reducing all of the damage from the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Lucy.
this looks like a pretty easy hold to me.
Johnny C,
Unless he
he's
can't kill
leaking
the Varroa.
quite a lot though. 123% there from Fiesta God Johnny C. Ashton though, that is a big hold from him with a decent amount of value live as well for the mid.
Yeah, that was a crazy send, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And here we have this counterpunch coming in, this big 18 send now from the side of Balkan Links. We've got Kraken from Johnny, we've got Shaman Ram from Ashton. And Drakir, remember, he pushed really hard for this 17 send.
Yeah, they're both minus 800 already. I mean, they can get a lot of king ups.
And a
That's it.
single unit and a hermit.
And the king is dead.
The king.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if there's been another hermit, the king would
Wait,
have
Drag doesn't income. Wait, what?
Drag doesn't need income.
Hmm.
I guess he's very confident that. I guess he
They want to live,
thinks he.
and Drag
Yeah.
knows he needs to save his Mythium to have a chance at breaking Aston. So
Yeah,
like,
that's
even
fair.
if he incomes here, they're gonna be. He's just gonna never gonna break Ashton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he needs to save it.
Only one Kraken here from Johnny means that these Orchids are definitely gonna be able to take out a couple of the guys on the left. And I guess Lucy did all the king ups by herself, so
Drakir did a single spell.
yeah.
Oh, the Orchids are absolutely demolishing the left-hand side of the wave. That Kraken completely ignored
all
so
ignored.
far.
With the death caps, it should still be ignored forever almost.
Yeah.
Okay, well someone had to
But
hit it.
Lucy's
Lucy's getting
demolished.
completely overrun here. This is a slaughter in her lane. That's 104% leak over there. Drakir's doing extremely well. They
Shaman-
might
Shaman
have
and
enough
one
King
creep.
HP to survive this.
Oh, Shaman and 2 creeps.
Question is, when can you leak Ashton? Because I don't think it's
25.
happening on 20.
Yeah.
Don't think it's happening on. I don't think it's happening.
It's
He even
25.
egged
That's
here
when you
for
can leak
Ashton,
Aston.
by the way.
Yeah, pretty cheeky. Yeah, I mean, I think they do have to do something crazy long. I mean, Drac and Lucy both didn't push.
Solid presence of mind from Drakir there to save his Mythium, though, knowing that Ashton
Yeah.
is a real problem in this game. Hmm.
I mean, it kind of looks like it has to be 21. I just don't think this build is ever leaking on 20.
No, the Daphne Ranger spam is actually obscene on 20, right? And with
Yeah, the thing
Azeria
is,
as
it's also
well.
really good on 21 with Azure Daphne is one of the best DPS combos. And
Yeah.
as far as frontline goes, Egg plus King Claw plus Iron Maiden debuff, like
And I think Ocean Templar is the best buff for X, right?
yeah,
Because they have-
probably White Main or OT.
Nah,
definitely the best.
I think there's some diminishing returns in terms of White Main, because they already have so much damage reduction.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
perhaps,
true.
yeah.
Back when they just had huge amount of HP, White Main was definitely the best. But now there's been changed to damage reduction, I think the health regen is much better.
Yeah, you're right. 32% damage reduction base, so regen really high
Yeah.
value. Yeah. Ashton's on a 75 gold shutdown here. Drakir has nearly 2k Mythium stored though.
Got those bricks stockpiled.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Ashton also has 80 workers himself, so it's not like he can't.
It's not like he's getting saved on, so
Yeah,
he can't
yeah,
push
yeah.
or anything.
Drakir is forced to spend a bit of gold on boost here. But it looks like we're getting a 21 game on our hands, guys.
Yeah, but this is a crazy game.
Here comes the send. So wave 21 it will be from Barnes Kieran, and looks like Balkan Links want to match it as well. Big sends coming out all around. Absolutely massive Mythium counts. 8 Witches, very good against Ashton's lane. A lot of summons from the Hydras, so the Witches are going to get tons of value here.
Yeah, looks like Ashton will be the highest value. Anyways,
He's the highest value and also the highest workers. So
yeah,
Lucy...
obviously getting the biggest send. So
Oh, true. He is getting the biggest send. That's very fair.
Does he have another?
Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't upgrade the one on the OT.
He has,
I think he
he has an
probably just
Iron Maiden
forgot.
outside. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 1100 HP. So
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, it's like 1% of his total HP or something.
Okay, I mean, Lucy has pretty much the same value, but I mean, honestly, the Sen Lucy got is really just like one needler-ish
Yeah.
plus. Like,
Well, we've got some pretty massive sends here, guys. We've got around 2k, but 2.3 there for Ashton Butcher. I mean, things are very, very tense here. I really can't tell, even at this point in the game, which way it's going to go. But having said that, Fiesta
Lucy.
God, Yoni C, he's just holding.
oh, he just
Lucy is
Yeah.
holding,
Lucy's holding as
or
well.
at least
No, the
close
Needlers
enough.
are going to
Oh,
ham.
Okay, the Needlers
Lucy is
ready.
leaking. Balkan Lynx, guys, they are your September Nova Cup champions.
There we go. Clean sweep.
Clean sweep 3-0 in favour of Balkan Lynx. Wow.
And Johnny showing how to play tournaments.
Yeah.
You cannot pick Fiesta, so you just pick Megamind and get Fiesta.
Absolutely. Absolutely insane. 21 game once again here in the Nova Cup Grand Final. This time going in favour of Balkan Lynx. They are your September champions. Very well played, Ashton and Johnny C.
What a crazy game.
Absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can get those guys in a winner's interview. Alright, I've whispered Johnny and Ashton. We'll see if we can get them on board. Ashton, of course, famously shy from the winners' interviews from all of his previous wins with XGod. So not sure whether we'll get them in here or not, but let's see. It's always worth asking. But guys, what do you think about that series? 3-0, which is definitely
Yeah.
not what I was expecting. Probably not what Drakir and Lucy were expecting either, because they were in the lead in this game, right? Let me check the
Yeah.
graphs here. Yeah, they were really in the lead,
Uh,
actually. Wave 13, 76% win chance. Wave 16, 72, and then everything just went wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say it's not what I expected, but you could go back and see what I said was going to happen, and that's
Yeah.
actually exactly what I expected.
workers just did not do as much as value in this game.
Value is one hell of a drug.
Yeah,
That's what I've been saying always.
Yeah, and Ashton actually like pushed to no send, pushed like I think 10 workers worth.
Yeah,
Wow.
he had
And
faith
19.
in.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Johnny, you got this.
I mean, Steed Halo is still a very good combo on 21. So
yeah, of course, yeah. But we were all talking about like Lucy and Ashton as being the lanes to watch, but in the end it was Johnny who just snuck in there at the end with the
Yeah.
clutch hold where it really counted, and securing their victory here in game 3. So
for sure,
really,
fair
really
play to
nicely
him.
played there from this guy. And it looks like we have got the players en route. Ashton just needs to fetch a microphone. That's another thing worth pointing out, by the way. Ashton just casually winning Nova Cup without even being on comms with his teammate, just using pings and text, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do that. Back when I had a good teammate, or I was good enough to play with someone. Like I got to the final of the Legion in-house league.
That was you and
Using
Chuvis, right? Yeah.
Me and Hewitt, yeah, made it to 5 games in the
Yeah.
grand final against Witter and Adamus.
Kalmar minus sweet odds, I remember.
Good times, good times. Back when I was decent at the game.
Yeah, a long time ago. Same for me, man, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, dokie. Right. Oh, who have we got here? This is Ashton Butcher, man. Congratulations. And Johnny C as well. Guys, massive congratulations to both of you with this clean sweep for the Nova Cup Championship. Really well played.
Yep. Once, I guess. Sometimes.
Nice confidence.
Yeah.
When Juice is giving, Ashton takes.
And I just want to give a shout out as well to Fiesta God Johnny C, really showing why he's earned that nickname in this series. Not just the grand finals, by the way, with back-to-back Fiesta wins there, but the semis as well, your group stage games. Man, you know how to play Fiesta.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. But I think it was all Aston, all series. This
Ah,
guy
come on, man.
man.
One man cannot win the game. Impossible. It's just good communication, teamwork, and I pretty much had decent roll every game, except maybe 1 or 2 games. I cannot play the game without a good roll, so
Yeah. And
I
you guys
thought
certainly had some good synergy, I think. Now, interesting because you pointed out before you joined the interview here that you had to go and fetch your microphone, right? Which means you guys are playing without voice chat, so it's all
Yeah,
just
no microphone.
I think I
Only
focus a little bit
pings.
better.
only pings, only text. Yeah, so good communication, Ashton, but only ping based.
I guess that showed in last game here with a double login before showing that it was Megamind Fiesta.
Yeah,
What were we
No,
thinking?
I picked it. So I wanted to just have a relaxing opener. Because you just don't need any useless tier 1, tier 2 units, so you can prepare better for the late game and stuff.
Okay, yeah. But you were just missing the gold there on wave 3, right? Because if you'd got a fully stacked Hydra there, this game would probably have been really easy. The fact that you didn't made it pretty close. But you were just missing like 1 or 2 gold, I think, to be able to hold
Yeah.
that wave 3, and then you would have been coasting.
No, I just wanted to have egg and workers as well.
Yeah.
Did the silly Billy a
Yeah.
little bit. What can I do?
Because was the original plan like 2 workers with a casket or something like that?
I cannot
Can't
say
remember.
to be
Yeah. Fair
plan
enough.
was.
Fair enough. But yep. So I mean, what do you think about the competition, right? Because we saw you guys go to wave 25, which I think is definitely the longest that we've ever seen an Overcup game go. And then we had another 21 here again against Drakir and Lucy. So do you think that's just a sign of the patch where games tend to go really long? And are you
Yeah,
finding more of
definitely.
your games feeling a bit classic at the moment?
Well,
People
in solo
have.
queue. Yeah, go on.
Nah, you go, Johnny. You got the stage.
In ranked games, 21, 22, it's really usual, in Nova, it's really rare.
Yeah.
But I really don't mind it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely rare. Like I'm 100% sure we've never seen a wave 25 in Division 1 before. And the fact that
That
we've
game
had
was wild.
yeah, that was unbelievable, that game, honestly.
I was telling Johnny we lost, what can I do? Go next. And they just didn't send because King had the strongest out of everybody.
Yeah.
Holding
it was-
2 waves like no problem.
Yeah, but Widdowson just didn't push the workers, right? Maybe if he had gone for like a suicide play into the wave 24
was
send, it could have gone
Bigger
differently.
course.
Yeah, but he just didn't have
Yeah.
the workers to break you, and then yeah, clearly you are where you are as a result, and very well deserved, of course. Really fun to watch you guys, by the way. I'm very glad, Ashton, to have you back in the winner's seat. It's been far too long, my
Sorry.
friend.
I was actually thinking to taking a break.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this Nova is kind of motivating to a little bit more. Maybe.
Yeah. Good. I mean, that's good news for all of us that play Legion because I think the ladder is a more fun place with you in it. And same goes to Johnny C. By the way, like every time I cast
What do you-
one of
what
your
do you-
games, I talk about you just being in my head when we play on the ladder, right? Because you are the Fiesta God, and any time that I send you a power merc, you're going to be on value and leak 1 creep. Anytime I send you an income send, you're going to be a little bit under and leak 1 creep. Anytime I save, you're going to be really under and leak 1 creep. You're just incredible with this mastermind, man. It's really, really hard to play against.
I really appreciate it.
I'm really confused what you're saying that the ladder is more fun with Johnny Z there because you face him and whatever you do is just frustrating. Frustrating. Cannot do anything and it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, you play Fiesta, I think, better than maybe anyone else on the ladder right now, and it's really, really cool to see. And yeah, I think your playstyles just meshed very, very well together with Johnny doing maybe a little bit more enabling and Ashton doing a lot of snowballing and just being a real problem in the late game, as we have seen from you many times before. Really, really successful and just, of course, huge congratulations to both of you for playing so cleanly. To beat Drakir and Lucy 3-0 in the grand finals is no mean feat, because those guys are pretty decent players as well.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody is a decent player. I mean, in my opinion, we're all like in the same skill. Just sometimes people have good games and people have bad games.
Yeah, yeah. So it all
I
comes.
usually have awful games in Nova Cup, but this time it was, I guess, fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was more than fine. You kind of stomped those finals with a 3-0 there. But yeah, I mean, it was a really fun competition, really, really fun games to watch on both day 1 and day 2. I've had a blast casting everything. Just want to say a few of the usual shout outs to my lovely casters, Offma and Skovtrold, for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure, gents. Of course, big shout out to the tournament organisers, making things